Yeah, flatulently. Is that a word? Anyways, we're going live with episode. No, not is flatulence a word, but flatulently.
Oh, well, yeah, no, that's a good point. I don't know.
All right, we're
I
going
think
live
so.
with. It's a good word though.
It
You
sounds
just made
right, doesn't it?
It's
Yeah.
an SAT word right there.
Episode 250. Here we go. Okay, maybe not. Give me 1 second.
Jeez.
Here we go.
Oh no.
Don't worry, boys. Everybody
You
at
got
home.
the banana on?
No.
Yes, we do.
Okay, just making sure.
Don't worry.
Make sure you turn on the banana.
Don't worry, I got
Good
this.
job, Brent.
Thanks. Yeah.
It's like one small
only thing I
step
know.
of a bunch of other shit that we had.
All I know is we gotta have that banana running
Yeah, it's one giant leap for mankind.
For Brent.
for
kind.
banana kind.
For banana.
I don't know.
For
I'm here all
Brent
week.
kind.
All right, here we go.
believe. We didn't believe hard enough. Oh no. This is just going horribly.
That's all right, guys. Don't worry. We might not have a lead in, but we do this.
You can just put. You can post edit that to the front, right?
Yeah, that's not really the issue.
I can do the thing with my mouth. I'll be like,
Oh,
boop, beep, boop,
no,
boop,
we
beep,
have a
boop,
bigger
beep, boop,
issue.
beep, boop, doop,
Okay.
boop, deep, beep, deep, beep, boop.
Oh well, we're just going without the intro here. Okay, so we're starting the episode. Hold on, 3, 2, 1. Yo, and hello and welcome to the 250th episode of GameSpeak Podcast. New episodes go up for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube so you can see us in stunning HD, where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are now streaming live every Monday at 7:50 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast, youtube.com/CreateForSanity, and facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast if you want to catch the show as it happens before anyone else. Also, be sure to join the community in the GameSpeak Podcast Discord at dsc.gg/GameSpeak Podcast to hang and talk games with other nerds like us. This show is two childhood BFFs and a brand new BFF, bringing you all things video games. I'm one of your hosts, Jamel Al-Jafra, alongside Brent, busting bitches' bass.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's just inappropriate.
Not like actual like females, but like just bitches. Like
We've
anybody who's a motherfucking bitch, you get
Oh,
busted by
okay.
Brent.
I was about to say,
Jamal woke up.
we
and
got
chose
Devin disrespecting dames over here. man.
Whoa!
It
I feel
doesn't
like
have
that's worse than busting bitches.
Yeah, that was my goal. I was trying
Yeah.
to top.
It's
top
disrespectful.
bitches is like androgynous. Like it could
No.
mean like, oh, that dude's a bitch, or like, or she's a bitch.
I think
you
you're
know, either-
implying that he's got like female characteristics. If you're saying he's a bitch, therefore it is
Ooh,
not
that's
androgynous.
sexist.
No,
No,
I'm just
Canceled.
saying. I'm just saying that the implication. You know
I
what
say
mean?
it's more like a dog is a bitch, and you're calling somebody
Yeah, but what sex
a pregnant dog.
of dog?
Is it
you know?
is it a pregnant dog or is it
It's a female dog.
I mean, in
female
order
dog.
to be pregnant. What,
Oh yeah, we're
you know,
getting too crazy on this.
Oh look, I'm just
gonna,
saying.
I'm just gonna go ahead and stop this conversation before it gets any further. You know.
The cancellation episode. We've had many before,
Oh,
but
yeah.
anyways, yeah. So what's been up?
What's
you
up, guys? I'm
fellow
finally
canceled?
back from the super cold land of Ohio.
Oh my gosh!
Is where
yeah.
I was last weekend. I don't know if they told
How was
y'all.
Ohio? Did you
It's
skate
for
on the
lovers,
ice?
dude.
It was fucking cold.
Was it super snowy?
So yeah, right when we were about to leave, it snowed its ass off. Or for us, it snowed its ass off.
Did you
There
play
was
in the
probably, like,
snow?
a light
Did you-
powdering up there? No. I stepped outside in the snow and it was like 3 degrees, and I said, "Fuck this," and I went the fuck back inside. Dude, as soon as I got up there, so I used to live in Ohio, and I was born in Pennsylvania and Pittsburgh, whatever. So like I used to be accustomed to all this.
Mm-hmm.
Not anymore.
You got used.
I've
to
been in
the
Texas I've been in Texas since '07, and my body just can't fucking cope anymore. As soon as I got to the cold like temperatures, my body's like, what the fuck is going on? And I got like an immediate like chest congestion, like
Oh,
my
shit.
allergies and shit. They were like, nah, we're not okay with this. And so the whole time I was up there, I just like the cold had me feeling just miserable. Like not like I didn't feel sick, but I was like down. I was, like my body just was like not wanting to put up with it. And then as soon as I got to like Arkansas, we drove there and back, which really sucked.
Yeah,
But as soon as we got back into like Arkansas, where it was like above 40-degree temperatures, my body completely ridded everything and was like, "All right, we're fine. Like this is good. This is normal." And I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?" It was the most instant reaction and like reaction, I guess, my body has ever like experienced. It was
That's
weird.
really
I can't
weird.
even explain it, but I can't do cold anymore.
It's called being an elder.
Yeah, that could also have
You're
something
just
to do with
old
it. Yeah.
now.
Oh gosh.
Feeling it in my bones.
Yeah.
But
I can feel the cold before it even comes. No, but What'd you
my
say?
heart is in Ohio.
That's what I was saying. I was asking him if there were any 11s
So
happening.
Oh fuck! What is the? I'm blanking on the fucking lyrics right now.
So cut my wrist and black my eyes.
Yeah, and black my eyes.
Yeah. So, quick question though: did you find anybody to love in Ohio, or like it is for lovers? So.
Yeah.
Why were you in Ohio?
A long
What
time.
happened?
I have oh yeah. The whole reason I was up there is for a wedding.
Oh,
yeah.
for
okay,
love.
That's always a good thing.
Ooh.
Ohio is for lovers.
We
Look at
figured it
that.
out. We figured
Okay,
it out.
Yeah,
But
we figured it out.
My
for
uncle's
sure.
wedding. Yeah, sorry, I completely
Well,
forgot.
congrats to your
tell-
uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kala.
Congrats,
It was-
uncle.
It was dope.
Unk.
It was just everything was cold. Oh, I saw a hockey game up there.
Oh, cool. Did they
Um,
beat each other up?
Yes, there was a really good fight, and it completely changed the tide of the game too.
Very
It
nice.
was fantastic. I love hockey.
Infant
Um,
Link. Oh, I was like, I guess that's for the topic of the show. Whoever posted that, like the Super Smash Bros. Characters. I was like, what?
It's just crawling around.
The Kyle
Um,
McAvoy.
But yeah, Ohio. But it was fun. It was a good trip.
Ohio
good,
sounds
good
like
time
Canada.
Good time with family. It almost is. We were like way north, even though it doesn't share a border with Canada.
It's American Canada.
Canada. But yeah,
Yeah.
that was basically my weekend, and then the rest of it was just once I got back, recuperating and playing video games.
Ron Burgundy. Yeah.
Oh, actually, hold up.
Y-
We might have to revisit that when we get to the topic because
we will for sure. Yeah,
yeah.
that could be good. But yeah,
Did you do anything else this week?
No, I just like I was super busy with work, so once I got back from the northern lands, I
The
just
northern
the north.
Beyond the North
I just
Wall.
chilled out big time. Played a lot of video games.
so
Cool.
I started that Archive 81, Brent.
Oh yeah, what do you think? It's kind of weird, right?
It is weird. I'm at like the 7th episode, so I only got
Oh,
like
you're
one
almost
more.
done. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good so far.
Like it's
creepy.
It's not like the best thing I've ever watched, but I really enjoyed it.
It keeps
Like,
you involved.
It keeps you involved. It keeps you engaged through the whole thing. Yeah. Somebody else liked it. One of our viewers.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Yeah,
who,
I
but-
also didn't like the ending, but I don't want to spoil it for Jamel.
Yeah, don't spoil
Don't
it for
spoil
me.
it for
That's
Jamel.
Philip. Oh, Phil, and guess
Yeah.
what, Philip? Guess what we got Brent to watch. Brent, talk about it.
Oh shit!
Finally.
Okay, well, so I finally started watching Hunter x Hunter, like Jamel wanted me to. I'm not.
No, just kidding.
I'm not that deep into it. I'm only
Confetti
on
just
like the
falling.
10th episode or something right now. So like they're fighting in like some big pit right now, so they can get to the through the third Hunter trial right now.
Oh, okay, where the guy, like the prisoners are like
yeah,
coming
they're
out to fight
fighting
him.
the prisoners, and the assassin kid is about to go fight one of the prisoners, and it's like 2-2. They're tied up right now.
Oh yeah,
So that's the episode I'm about to start right now.
that's what I was telling him, Philip. It only gets better from here. Like the show never dips. Like there's like a split second where you get to the final arc, the Chimera arc, where you're like, man, I don't want to see some shit about some other type of species or whatever. But then it immediately you're like, oh! Like your whole brain explodes. You're gonna love it, dude. But anyways, glad I got you on that finally, because I feel like after you finish it, it's gonna become like. It's going to solidify. You need to watch it now. This is how we're
No.
all going to.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Chimera Anarch is god tier anime. Yes, it is. Nah, but it's going to somehow connect all of us. Like, we're going to become one being if we all watch it. And then, like, we'll spout propaganda about Hunter x Hunter together. People will be like, oh, y'all like anime? And you'll be like, you seen Hunter x Hunter? And they'll be like, no. And then we'll be like, you have not seen
Like,
anime.
Shut up immediately. Like,
No, I'm just kidding. No, but
I will. Yeah,
it's good.
I'll give it another shake. I did not give it a fair shake.
give it a fair shake. And then I caught up not Black Lagoon, to Demon Slayer,
Dude.
and then Attack on Titan.
Did you watch the episode yesterday?
yeah.
Oh man, I don't.
Now I feel like they're just kind of sketching, like
I feel like something's
bit
up.
by bit. I'm like, come on, just give us the end. Even though I know, like, I'm just not used to being caught up to anime where I have to wait like a week to watch an episode. I do not like that at all.
Dude, do any of y'all watch Ozarks?
No.
No.
Never mind.
I've heard it's
My girlfriend
Damn.
does.
heard it's good.
Oh man, the new season for that just dropped. That's also something I've been watching. But yeah,
Ozarks. Yeah.
it's fucking good. I highly recommend it. It is a very clever show, very clever and just insane. It just keeps getting crazier and crazier.
Damn.
I watched a little bit of it, but it kind of lost me in like the end of the first season. I don't know why. I just couldn't.
I think it was the ramen noodle hair girl. I think I was just like, I don't like ramen noodle hair.
Just her specifically.
No, just the
puts
hair.
You off the whole show, like
Just the hair. Just the hair. Like
Wow.
back when JT had ramen noodle hair, I didn't like NSYNC.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? I was all about Backstreet Boys.
That's a good point.
It's like it's a weird thing.
I have made that like I was looking at her
correlation?
hair one day and I was like, yeah, it looks a
A
lot
ramen
like
noodle.
Justin
like you could
Timberlake
just
said.
take a fork and like just try it out.
Yeah.
But
or
you know,
eat it with some crunchy with the packet of seasoning on
Yeah.
it. Just
see, can you imagine like there's like when NSYNC like came out on stage, you just see like one of the other members just like open a pack of like the seasoning on his head, and they just like go in for a couple bites.
That's just how they start the show.
But
They
yeah.
give him a swirly into like a pot of like boiling water. And
Oh my
like,
god.
Well, not like they don't like submerge his head.
What?
They just like dip his
They
hair.
murder Justin Timberlake on stage.
Okay, that came out way more brutal
Just-
than
yeah,
I,
that's
you know, in my imagination they were just like boiling and eating his hair. You
Basically
know what I mean?
poaching a human being just casually.
But
No,
yeah.
not poaching. What is it? Oh my
Oh
god.
jeez.
A poached
Uh,
egg. No,
not a
but
po-
yeah. Anyways, so that was our week. I guess let's get. Into
Oh
the,
wait, before we
Oh,
get
yeah,
into
go
the
ahead.
news, guys, if anybody out there listening is interested, on Wednesday, I'm going to make like a group trip to Zero Latency in Houston, and I'm gonna try out the new Far Cry VR thing. So it's like $50, so it's a little expensive. But if anybody's interested, just get at me on Facebook Messenger, and I'll give you the details. It's like an 8-player thing, so there's plenty of slots if anybody wants to get involved with that. So.
Yeah, Brent has
Yeah.
no friends.
Well, I mean, eight is a lot of people when you're almost
when
30.
it's $50
And
a pop, you know
$50.
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Well, when you look at it that way,
when
Jamal,
you are 30, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Brent
dude.
will be 30 like
oh,
very
dude,
soon.
that's your
I'm gonna
big.
be 30 years old.
Oh
on
shit!
in
I forgot
like a
this is
few
your
days.
big 3-0.
It's like there's like this veil, and like on you know, like whenever Brent turns 30, he's gonna walk through it,
And
and
a
like we won't
fucking-
be able to see him
I'm
until
about to say,
Dick's
yeah.
just
Can we
gonna
not talk to
slap
you
you
until
in
we're
the-
32?
yeah, until we get to 30, and then like I'll just like crawl through, and I'm like, Brent, he's like, go back, it's not worth it. Yeah.
See you on the other side.
They got him in like the ramen cup, like
They give me a swirly into the
Yeah.
water. Fucking.
30's so horrible. No, but anyways, yeah, meet us at Zero Latency
Yeah.
and get lated, dude.
Yeah. I might
Uh,
make a video about it for the YouTube channel or something.
You should,
I
dude.
don't know.
You should video it for sure. And if we're there, then we'll all video it. That'd be
Yeah.
fun.
I'm sure they've got some kind of like capture package they offer. I guarantee.
That would be kind of cool.
Well, places like that, I mean, that's just like missed opportunity if they don't record that and then sell it to the people that just paid for it. you know?
Yeah. You
Oh, sure.
think,
that
right?
type of shit. I guarantee.
But
Cool if they did it for free.
that ain't happening.
No.
Brent, did you already talk about what you did this week?
No, I don't think so, but I didn't really do much. I just watched a lot of Hunter x Hunter, and I worked like every day,
Hell
and
yeah.
I played video games. So
The
you know,
American life.
the American dream.
Getting that
Go to
bread.
work, watch anime, then play video games. No, but,
God dang.
Anyway, so we're going to jump into the video game news. Just so you guys know, we are using articles from gaming news sites from around the web. We do not claim any of these articles as our own. We're just bringing them all here so you guys can have the news in one place.
Shall we just get the big topic out
Just
of the way?
drop it.
Yeah. Fucking Sony.
Buy-
buying
Hey, can I
Bungie?
just get the big "I told you so" out of the way? Because I totally called this
I-
last
he
episode.
did call it.
Yeah, you
I
did say they were gonna make a
specifically
big
said they would
acquisition.
buy fucking Bungie, dude.
Did you
like,
say specifically Bungie?
Yes, I said Sony will probably. Okay, I was kind of like half joking, but I said Sony was gonna buy Bungie, and The next week, it fucking happened, dude. Like, I think we're living in a simulation, dude.
Just based
and
around
my
the podcast.
thoughts influence the future somehow. I don't know.
I need you to throw some good thoughts my way
Stress
to my way.
Stress coffee, yes, sir. Hunter. Okay, yes. He threw that in late, but yes, I had to acknowledge it. Anytime Hunter's mentioned, we have to acknowledge it.
No, sir.
No, he's like, no, sir. No, but what's up, Josh? Anyways, so Brent, continue your what you were saying right now about how great your mind is.
Oh, yeah, no, just saying I'm basically telepathic, basically psychic. I'm basically like Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy, only a dude, and like I can just see the future and empathize with everything.
He's like Aaron
Mantis
Yeager.
can see the future?
Well, not in the movies, but in the
in the actual comic book.
I think maybe in the I know in the game she can, so I'm specifically talking. Anyways, it's neither here nor there. I'm just basically
Brent is a prophet.
omnipotent, you know what I mean?
Brent has
He is just a vessel for the message.
he has memories from the future. Anyway. Okay, so yeah, they bought for 3.6 billion or something.
3.6
billion, which doesn't honestly seem like that good of a deal.
There's really not. But
I mean, like,
for one game. But I'm sure they can create more, but they're also keeping it multi-plat apparently, like according to
they made a big deal about that.
But why? Like it's like why
maybe so they can hold it hostage whenever Call of Duty is they're like, "All right, you can put Call of Duty here or we'll take Destiny there." I don't know, man. I'm just trying to I can't really understand like Maybe they just see the value. Okay, so
I was just about go ahead.
Maybe they saw Microsoft's like spending patterns, right? Maybe they're like, okay, Microsoft's blowing money. You said in the last episode that Microsoft literally is spending half of their entire capital on this one deal.
Yep.
Maybe Sony's like, all right, they finally spent the last thing they can spend right now. Like, there's no way they're going to make another huge acquisition after spending literally half of their money. You know what I mean?
So they wanted to be the last tick on, like, the
Maybe
news.
Sony's like, all right, they've got all their shit. Now we can swoop in and get all the other people that fucking Microsoft. I don't really know. I don't really know what they're thinking, to be honest
says
with you.
Microsoft got an entire library. Sony got a game brand no one likes. That's not necessarily true. A lot of people do like Bungie. But
it is dwindling, though, too.
They bought them way late in the game. Like, Destiny 2 was huge, like, 3 years ago. Or, like, even 2 years ago. But
the
now...
Witch Queen thing is a big deal. People, there's still a huge amount of people that play Destiny. It's not like a dead game.
No, it's not dead, but it is towards the
time.
End of, like, Destiny 2.
But
I wouldn't say it's 3.6 billion.
No, but Bungie definitely has some shit up their sleeve. You know what I mean? Like, we got a Destiny 3 that will eventually come. And I definitely think with Sony owning Bungie, they're going to have to work on something else, too. Like, I think we're going to have some kind of, like, Bungie subsidiary work on, a different game altogether. You know what I mean? Like, a new original IP.
They got to do something.
Oh, I'm sure they're going to.
As far as them keeping it multi-plat, I think they just... They
need the money.
Yeah, they say that they'll make more money if it's on multiple platforms instead of just.
They're gonna keep it on Game Pass though.
That's what I was thinking. I don't think so. But I don't think it'll go away anytime soon. I think you're not going to lose it from Game Pass until the deal's final, and these deals take, like, a long time to go through. You know what I mean?
Check this, though. Okay, Destiny 2 is estimated to have a player base of 38.8 million players. It is the second most popular MMO of all time, second only to World of Warcraft.
Got him! No, I'm just kidding.
I didn't realize it was that far up, honestly.
It's kind of
a big deal.
Almost pushing it to call it an MMO, though. You know, I mean, it's like, is it really an MMO? Like,
yeah, I mean, you got like the little place, like the Citadel or whatever, where you go.
You have lobbies where there's like it's
a bunch of
I don't know
people.
How massive does it have to be a massive multiplayer, though? You know what I mean? Like, at what point?
Defining factor?
Yeah, it's kind of like a serial killer. Like, how many serial killer kills do you have to have?
2. I think it's 2 or more. Like,
is it 2 or more?
And it's got to be.
Seems really low.
Yeah, I mean, there's just some weak serial killers out there. But like,
actually, I looked this up the other day. That's the reason I brought this up, because even like people who are like experts in the field can't agree on the serial killer thing. It's between 2 and 4 is what people generally.
Okay.
The consensus is.
Hold on, I'm trying to get on an FBI watch list. I'm Googling it right now. Yeah, I want to know what serial killer is. Typically a person who murders 3 or more people. That's what Wiki says, and Wiki's the truth.
Yeah.
Usually in a service of abnormal psychological gratification.
Well, that was my original argument to the guy at work. I was like, it's 3 or more people. But then when I looked it up, it was like some people say 2, some people say 4. I don't know.
So
I would
on the
say
MMO thing, there's not like a hard definition. It's just massively online. So like multiple people in a lobby. So there's no ratings board that, and
it's not very PvP. I
think
because it's PvP and PvE is what makes it MMO. Like having a bunch of people on a server and there's like PvE shit going on.
Yeah.
Man, apparently I saw this other article. I won't even read the whole thing, but like after the Sony acquisition, this is one of the reasons why I think Sony is now swooping in to make all their acquisitions now that Microsoft's kind of made their big thing. You know what I mean? Because it's I saw this article that says that Jim Ryan, the CEO of PlayStation, has claimed that they're going to make a bunch of other acquisitions. Like, it's not like a direct quote or anything, but the head of GameIndustry.biz shared a tweet from fucking Jim Ryan or something. So, like, it seems like there is a lot more coming in the near future as far as acquisitions go for PlayStation.
He was defending the fact that people were saying that they were just going out and buying stuff because Microsoft was, and they were like, no, this has been like 6 or 5 months in the making, and that they didn't even know about Microsoft's thing at that time. And then he said, and there's also supposedly a lot more coming. Is what he said on the Twitter thing. So that does sound like they're going to be buying some more stuff. But my question is what do all the PlayStation people who were like, oh, it's a big monopoly and they're just buying everything. What are you guys going to say now? Because literally your company is doing the exact same thing, but you guys are going to be like, yeah, we got Bungie. It's like, I hate that shit.
I just want to say it comes from both sides.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all of that is kind of stupid to
it is stupid
to even acknowledge.
Because that's the entire internet right now. That's literally the entire internet.
It's always the internet.
Yeah,
anytime one side does something bigger than the other or copies.
And then it becomes like a big fucking...
But it's not the entire world. You have a very, very vocal minority. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, very vocal, yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't necessarily think everybody thinks that. You know what I mean? I think most rational people
transcended the console wars. I am above it.
We're getting to a point where it's not so different, you and I. all the consoles and the PCs and the, you know?
Well, and all the different companies that are now owned by each one.
I don't know, man. So, Xbox is really driving the division here with the exclusivity of their newly acquired studios. I'm just saying.
Yeah. That's
one thing
insane,
I
dude.
think
and PlayStation was, has already come out and said that they're going to keep it on, no exclusives. So
that's not true.
It makes it
that they said multi-plat for that, but Xbox also said multi-plat for Call of Duty, at least for 3 more games. That's like a long-ass time.
I think we can expect...
It's only 3 years.
No, they said they're also talking about dropping the... They don't want to push them out every year. Yeah,
that'd be nice.
I think Bungie will eventually be in charge of whatever shooter PlayStation commissions to compete with Call of Duty when Call of Duty inevitably does go... exclusive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Destiny's going to get put on the... I think Destiny's done at this point.
Imagine if Bungie is in charge of the next Killzone game or something like that. You know what I mean? Take a notable IP from PlayStation and then revitalize it with a great studio like Bungie. I think that Killzone, or maybe not even Killzone, but they have
SOCOM.
Yeah, SOCOM could work.
What if they brought back like a SOCOM as like a Destiny like MMO type thing?
Imagine Bungie making a game that's not like set in space. I don't think that's a bad idea.
I don't think it's possible.
What I mean?
What if it's not? But that's that's kind of their forte though.
Sure, but like
we could take them out of their comfort zone.
Yeah, but like sometimes you go out of your comfort zone, you end up making your best shit. You know what I mean?
But do you take that risk on a $3.6 billion purchase, or do you play it safe with what they're good at?
I don't know. That's a good question. Because like sometimes your risks will pay off. You know what I mean? Like,
but I don't know. It's just that'd be a huge purchase to go and put them out on a limb doing something that they're not like known for. I don't know.
Yeah, but I feel like it would almost be riskier to get them and just put out some bland bullshit that's the exact same shit that they've always done. You know what I mean? Like
I'm not saying put out the same bullshit, but definitely keep it with keep with what they're comfortable and have them do it to the fucking utmost, like just all the way through, best that they can.
I think it would be fun to make to just make sure, to give them full creative control to do whatever they want to do, but say as long as it's a single player story driven shooter, you know what I mean, no online component to it, you know what I mean. Keep making Destiny, make Destiny 3, you know what I mean, don't stop doing that.
Destiny's not stopping,
you know what I mean. Keep the Destiny ball rolling, but make a different story focused game like Halo, the game that got you into the game, you know what I mean.
I think if they're going to make something like that, they won't make a Destiny 3 because they're going to take their best people from Bungie to work on that game.
I think they'll make a Destiny 3 and it will be the last Destiny. And I think it will be and not because Destiny's going to die. I think they'll set Destiny 3 up to just work forever, basically. You know what I mean?
Well, that was the intention with the first Destiny. There wasn't supposed to be a
And Destiny 1 still looks and plays pretty good. Honestly, they could have done that. I think Destiny 2 was a cash grab.
You
know what
I
mean?
It absolutely was, because they could have just put out graphics updates, as the newer consoles
Look at
came
Rainbow
out.
Six Siege. It's still pumping out really good, and it looks amazing.
Exactly.
They have it up to date with modern graphics and stuff, you know?
Yeah, no, and that's way back when, before Destiny even came out. That's the whole plan that they laid out. Was that Destiny 1 was going to be the game, you played it, and then it was going to have at least a 10-year span, and then a couple years later, boom, here's Destiny 2, and everybody was fucking pissed.
There's too much money in not putting out Destiny 3. But also the thing about numbering the installments is for me, a person who is interested in playing Destiny 2, I'm intimidated by the fact that there's so many DLCs and stuff, you know. It's Destiny 3 is appealing to me because it seems like a fresh slate, a clean jumping in point for new players,
and that's
you know.
and that's why they did 2.
Yeah.
But now they've better worked out ways for new players to get into the middle, the run of things, by having they'll increase level caps or even change it up from DLC to DLC. So that way you're not having to go through literally hours or days upon days of DLC just to get caught up with the current players.
Yeah, but the story shit makes no sense at this point. When I've went and tried to jump into Destiny, I'm like, what the fuck is even happening? There's so much story shit that got missed. If you didn't play through a shit ton of it.
I jumped in earlier today, just in the free-to-play Destiny 2 stuff that on the PlayStation, you know what I mean? And before it even boots you into the game, it did a fucking 15-minute video about just all the events of I suppose that happened in Destiny 1. I don't really know. I was so lost by the end of it. I was just the Traveler and the darkness and the what the fuck is going on?
No, well, that's the thing. There's a lot of lore to Destiny, and if you just hop in, as far as catching up level wise, you'd be fine. But you're gonna be missing out on a lot of story. Best thing, I mean, the story, just the story missions. Not if you're grinding out all of the raids and stuff. You could get through all of it, and so it'd be a long. I guess a long story game, a really long story game, but it wouldn't be overwhelmingly long like some other shit.
I will say this, I feel like Destiny's gameplay is really, really good. It's I don't know, it just feels good when you're shooting shit and jumping around and the powers and the graphics,
having to work mechanics and stuff.
Yeah, it's a really solid fundamental everything about the game is technically really well done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It plays, and that's still why, or that's why it survived as long as it has, because Destiny 2 is, in my opinion, has been kind of a fucking mess.
Yeah.
They've started to go in the right direction. They've done some good things, but in the beginning, it lost me. I've told y'all about how hardcore of a Destiny 1 fan that I was.
Yeah.
That I was running, I had three separate characters running all the dailies, weeklies, and everything, through all my alts and everything. That is time dedication. And then Destiny 2 came around, I tried it, and I was severely disappointed.
Man. And I saw earlier today that when the Witch Queen one rolls out next month, apparently they're going to take off one of the other campaigns, the Forsaken campaign or something. They're just completely
They did that with the other ones
deleting
too.
it. But it's like, people paid for that. I feel like that's kind of fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, if I paid
gotta have space.
I guess so, but if I paid $15 for fucking the Forsaken expansion, like, I feel like you should have the option to delete it or add it if you want it.
Yeah, like
you know
save
what
in
I
the
mean?
background, you can swap between them.
Yeah, like make it like a DLC pack that you can delete or download.
And that's how it is right now.
You know?
Yeah, that's how it is right now. I mean,
It
I'm
seems
pretty sure
silly
most
to
of the
me.
DLC is available to play if you choose.
I think they're just trying to condense it because they
I mean,
probably
I
have like
definitely understand what they're doing.
400 gigs of fucking game there.
I would
That's
just
also
be
true.
outraged if I paid for it and they took it away from me. You know
Yeah,
what I
didn't,
mean? Like,
didn't at least give the option.
that's
Yeah.
like if you paid for a skin on Fortnite and they're like, never mind, we got to delete it so we can make space. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, no, dude, no. That's my skin. You know what I mean?
That's my skin.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, it goes the same with like all the shit that they did with D1 to D2, like all that gear, all the fucking special gear that everyone grinded their fucking asses off for was completely null. Like,
From Destiny 1 to Destiny 2? Well, yeah, but it's a whole new game. Like, I don't
Yeah.
even expect to be able to carry over my gear from game to game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's a new game
But when
altogether.
we-
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, when we had the promise that the game was going to continue on.
oh,
like, it's
yeah,
the same
yeah.
shit,
No,
like,
I definitely get it why people would be outraged, but that seems a little less egregious to me than, like,
Yeah.
the other thing we were talking about. I can't even remember anymore.
Well, speaking of Bungie, the official trailer for the Halo TV series has been released ahead of its March 24th, 2022 premiere date. On
Okay, do you
Paramount
still think it
Plus.
looks whack, Jamel?
I didn't watch it. All I
You
know
didn't
is
watch it?
no. All I know is that
Bro.
the person that plays Cortana in the game plays Cortana in the show, so that's cool.
She looks dope in the fucking trailer.
Does she?
The trailer is sick, dude. Like, I am not fucking with anybody. No fucking red flags that are fake. Fucking, it's going down right now.
The red
Like,
flags aren't fake.
They're not fake. They're real flags, real red flags. They're really telling you. I don't really know where I'm going with
Yeah,
this.
wait,
What?
wait.
Hold
You
on.
meant?
Look.
Oh, wait, hold on. You meant that there are no red flags,
Just
right?
I don't know where
Okay, I'm
going,
watching the trailer
okay?
while
Watch
you
the
guys jump to the
trailer.
next
Yeah,
piece
you don't
of
have
news.
to hear anything. You just have to see fucking Master Chief wrecking everybody. Dude, this is the only show I've seen on a platform other than Netflix that I've been excited about in a long time. You know what I mean? Like this, except maybe Disney Plus. They've been putting out some cool shit on Disney Plus. You know
yeah,
what
I gotta
mean?
give him props for the Marvel stuff.
Does he sound like Master Chief?
Yes, dude. He sounds like Master Chief. You got Cortana. You even have that one dude, fucking the old commander white guy. You'll see him. Fucking, they really outdid themselves.
They got
fucking-
Sergeant Johnson though.
Yeah,
We need that boy.
I'm sure, dude. The Covenant looks really dope. The fucking energy swords, all the special effects look awesome. Fucking, I don't know, man. It just all around looks really good to
I'll have
me
to watch it after
personally.
the show.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
We talk about the other Spartans and I don't know. It looks tight.
The elites look awesome.
Yes, they sure do, man.
Let's see who
Who's
who
got
agrees.
you going, Brian? You
Yeah,
want
I
me to
can go.
Oh, Kyle.
Sorry, I got a little
Yeah.
excited
No,
there.
you're gonna.
Okay, so another one I don't really have the article for, but apparently there were some listings that popped up for the PS5 next-gen version of Cyberpunk. And I think, Dan Schreier, or one of those guys that's like, a big deal, fucking said that it should be coming between February and March, which is incredibly soon. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So if that rumor proves to be true, the next gen versions of Cyberpunk could be right around the corner. So interesting, exciting. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I don't know. I really hope people give it its due when it comes to the
I just
next-gen
want to
consoles.
see the graphics. That's all I care about. Like, I just want to see how beautiful it looks on my Series X with like the next gen upgrade.
It's gonna look so beautiful.
That's all I want. That's all I ever wanted. It's all I ever wanted, but you couldn't give it to me. But anyways, so Devin,
Yes.
or wait, yeah,
So,
it's you.
I know some of y'all are like me out there that you're kind of bad about forgetting about subscriptions sometimes,
Oh,
like
yeah.
random ass subscriptions that you signed up for a long time ago, never shut them off. Well, Microsoft has got your back. Andy Chalk over at PC Gamer. Excuse me. Microsoft will soon begin automatically canceling dormant Game Pass subscriptions.
Not here, only in the UK.
Oh, is it only in the UK? I read
Yeah.
there, and I
This
know
is
it
only
came-
for Jason Domican.
Yeah, Jason, you lucky bastard. No, Okay. I read that it came about from a UK regular, but I was assuming the better of Microsoft and that they were going to do this all around.
Unless they change something that I didn't see.
Too bad it'll never go dormant because of all the games.
So this article reads, following an investigation by UK's Competition and Markets Authority, Microsoft has said it will make changes to its Game Pass program that will make it easier for subscribers to cancel the service and will stop taking payments for subscriptions that go dormant, which was a pretty broad statement. I hadn't seen anything. The CMA said that it first identified concerns. Yada. I'm not seeing anything about
like what is considered dormant. It's like this dude ain't played in like
one day. About the specificity if it's only happening in UK or if it's just all around implementation.
As far as I know, it's only UK at the moment. I'm sure they're gonna people will yell about it on Twitter, and then Xbox loving to be like the people's champ. They're just like, oh, well, we'll do it everywhere, and then they're gonna lose a bunch of money, and then Sony's gonna pass them again.
No. So. The CMA is a UK-based agency, but a Microsoft spokesperson confirmed in an email to PC Gamer that the subscription policy changes will be applied internationally.
Really?
Ayo.
Dang.
Yeah.
Got it.
Well, Microsoft. That's pretty cool.
Game Pass about to fucking die now. Look, man, I ran a gym. I know how this works. You don't fucking tell people that they got a subscription. How do you think Netflix is surviving out there? How do you think Disney Plus is surviving? I had a fucking Paramount Plus. I didn't even know I had it for like 3 months. All right, that's all I'm saying. Like, you gotta come on.
You're gonna wish you had it when Halo premieres next month.
That's a possibility, but right now I ain't using it, but I'm still paying for it. You know what I'm saying? It's because I forgot about it till just now when we're talking about this shit. This is why Microsoft stopped being the people's champ.
Dude,
you got the upper hand now.
You got to give kudos to them. I mean, that's just it's a respectful move to go and just do it internationally when they only got busted in UK. You know, and it's not even busted.
Yeah,
like
just
you said,
got yelled at.
So many places do this shit.
Everywhere does it. Everywhere.
It's respectable of Microsoft to do it.
Sometimes they're too nice though. You know what I'm saying? It's like I get they're trying to play the we're the best friends of the people, but it's like sometimes you got to be like, yeah, but we're also a company though, so and we got to make money. You know, we have fucking investors and shit. So, but anyways, all right. Ubisoft's new NFT service hasn't gone down well ever since it was revealed, but execs say that gamers just don't get it. During an interview...
Well, we keep seeing more and more of this in the news. The general public doesn't get it.
Only the rich people get it. During an interview with Finder, Ubisoft Strategic Innovations Lab Vice President Nicholas Porrid said that gamers simply don't understand the benefits of NFTs. Quote, I think gamers don't get what a digital secondary market can bring to them, he said. For now, because of the current situation and context of NFTs, gamers really believe it's first destroying the planet, and second, just a tool for speculation. But what we at Ubisoft are seeing...
Destroying the planet?
Yeah, because of apparently it has some environmental issues I really don't understand.
How would something digital have it?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah.
Do they understand
you have to Google
NFTs?
it. No, that's what that's the major complaint on Twitter, dude. The major complaint on Twitter is people are like, it's destroying the environment. I'm like, I don't understand.
Yeah,
how.
Maybe because of energy consumption from the computers generating
from all the
NFTs?
bullshit.
I feel like the people tweeting about it are using more energy consumption on Twitter than the NFTs.
Spewing nauseous gas from their mouths.
It says, but what we at Ubisoft are seeing first is the end game. The end game is about giving players the opportunity to resell their items once they're finished with them or they're finished playing the game itself. Back in December last year. Okay, blah, blah, blah. The whole point is they're saying if everything's an NFT, then you can, say you buy a skin and you're done with it and we stop selling that skin in the game and and you don't care to have it anymore, you're done playing the game, you can sell it to another player and get your money back. Or, make more money off of it.
That's if there's a fucking market for it.
He did say selling the whole game itself, you know what I mean?
Yeah, digitally.
So that would be kind of interesting to be able to resell your games online after you buy it, you know what I mean? If you...
Because it would open the used game market again, back to the way it was.
But no
developer.
Yeah, I was going to say, no console is going to have a secondary marketplace in like functional on their platform.
And if I'm a developer, I don't want a new emerged used market.
Unless you're Ubisoft. What's wrong with having a used market?
It's just less sales in actual copies of the game.
To an extent. Like I think for the most part, people are still. I think they make most of their sales on the initial drop of the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, if it's keeping the hype around the name and stuff like that, I don't think they really care later.
But do you think they would sell anywhere near as much if they could just wait like a week or two with some unsatisfied customer who's threw his stuff up on for an NFT for real cheap?
It depends on what it's worth and how many people are selling it. Because
I'm just saying on the bottom line, it takes away from their initial sales or copy sales rather. Regardless of how that plays out.
Maybe, but you would have a very limited amount of those being sold. You know what I'm saying? It's like in the first week, unless the game just sucked ass, and then in that case, nobody's buying your game anyways. Yeah. But like, you're not going to have somebody buy the game and then a week later turn around and sell it for like no money at all.
Honestly, I think that's a slippery slope in this world of scalpers that we live in. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to end up with games that cost $1,000 that nobody can fucking buy because all these scalpers got bots in fucking 3080s and fucking bought all the fucking.
Well, you can't.
You know what I mean? Like,
you can't buy out all their digital sales.
Oh, but figure some the fuck out.
If they have to generate NFTs for each individual copy, it could.
That could.
Well,
yeah.
I don't.
But they might destroy the environment.
I could be talking out my ass because there's a lot of it to NFTs that I don't fully understand on the technical side, but
someone who understands NFTs, please tell us. Ubisoft is the only one who understands.
Yeah, see, fuck.
We just don't
get
it.
God damn it.
Yeah, we just don't get it.
I really don't.
Who was it?
I guess it's me.
Brent.
Yeah.
Following Hitman 3's rough launch on Steam, IO Interactive has announced that all purchases of the game on the platform will receive a free upgrade
NFT. No, I'm just
to a better edition. Hitman 3 received excellent reviews upon its initial release last year, but some fans weren't particularly happy with IO Interactive's choice to keep the PC version of the game exclusive to the Epic Games Store for 1 year. When it was finally released on Steam last week at full price, many took it as an opportunity to formally express their discontent about not receiving any sort of launch discount by giving the game poor reviews. Like, just buy it on the fucking Epic Games Store whenever it came out. Like, fucking, like, what makes you think you should just get a fucking 50% off when it comes out on Steam?
Entitlement.
Like what the fuck? They're already bundling all 3 games into one for you on the fucking trio pack, so you don't have to buy like $100 billion worth of DLC. Like, is that not enough for you?
Or
like, what do you want from these people?
Like, we want the game for 50% off, bro.
Or you could just go
pay
$15 on Game Pass.
So people bitched
a month
enough. Yeah. Yes, it's true. That is probably the optimal way to go play it.
So I've downloaded it, but I have not played it yet.
It's a really good game, and people are fucking whiny little bitches. But IO Interactive has issued a statement agreeing to upgrade all purchased versions of the game. Quote, "Our Hitman 3 launch on Steam didn't go as planned," the statement reads. "Ultimately, we didn't meet our own expectations of a launch experience, and we don't like that our Steam community is beginning their Hitman 3 journey this way. The updates will be rolling out through Steam today, January 27th, so I guess a few days ago, and will apply to any purchases of the game made until February 19th.
Rabble.
Here
you go.
You give Steam people an inch, they're going to take a fucking mile. You guys just fucked up.
Well, the good news is,
they're bitching about it, and then they're like succumbing to the pressure. It's like, don't.
You guys already made your money off of that.
If any of you buy Hitman 3, you'll get an upgrade at least. So there's that.
Nice.
Which is an excellent game. One of the best games of last year. Maybe the best game last year. Anyways.
All right, all you fucking Harry Potter nerds.
Uh-oh.
I am one of y'all, so we got some good news. So Ryan Leston over at IGN, Warner Brothers reiterates that Hogwarts Legacy and also Batman fans too, and Gotham Knights will arrive this year. So it's official. Hogwarts Legacy and Gotham Knights are still coming this year. Warner Media CEO Jason Kilar confirmed on Twitter that both games will be both games will be released later this year as part of the company's plans. If you want to know what motivates us as a team, it's this mission, he said, alongside an image which states, to move the world through story.
Yeah, it ain't coming until next year.
Super
It's this mission.
The mission, this strategy continues is 22, he added, with a sense of urgency, launching HBO Max in many more countries this quarter, and the balance of the year launching CNN Plus. Oh boy. Delivering of why would you have a
God, Warner Brothers has this is what I was talking
full
about
slate
last week. Warner
of
Brothers
highly-
has so many properties that they're just not utilizing.
I didn't realize CNN was under them, honestly.
What you talking about? I'm ready for CNN Plus, baby.
Who would have a news provider?
Apparently, there's like a Fox
subscription?
one too.
Yeah.
That has like cops on it and shit.
What the fuck?
Like, what is happening?
Any
Hold
of
up.
it. Like,
There's a subscription plan with cops on it.
Red
Because the
Soul.
cops got
Hold
canceled,
up.
so they brought it back on Fox.
Bad
Now,
boy, bad boy.
See, so what's CNN got to offer, huh? Yeah. Come on, throw
News.
some of course, the games
Mall
he
cops.
refers to as Legacy Gotham Knights, although, yeah, so he just put out a statement reassuring us that it will be here in 2022, so I'm taking that as absolute fact and getting a little more hyped.
I'll take
I
that as
shouldn't.
it ain't coming till next year, and it might get canceled. Like, I'm just not getting my hopes up. I'm gonna stay pessimistic
No,
about it. So when it drops, I'm like, yeah.
I'm thinking end of the year, holiday.
Yeah.
holiday
December
this year.
31st,
It'll be
2022.
close. They're gonna push. I feel like they're gonna push for it. It'll get close, and then it'll get like a slight delay to the.
I
to
feel
next
like
year.
if we don't hear about it by summer, then I'm not having. Then I'm losing my hope. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
if we don't see like solid
more
gameplay,
gameplay, yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
I'm there with you.
I think they'll reveal it at like one of the PlayStation events or something.
I
You
feel
know
like
what I mean?
Gotham Knights has a lot higher of a probability
definitely.
to happen
Yeah,
this year.
because we've
just
seen a lot more of it.
And
Yeah.
they have good groundwork to go off of.
Mhm.
All the Arkham series, so
Yeah.
that's a lot more probable to happen. But this huge, very ambitious new IP, like as much as I want it to happen, I'd rather.
Well, it's not really a new IP. It's just a new game.
Or not an IP.
in it.
Sorry,
but-
new. Yeah, like project and like game. Yeah.
That's supposed to be
No,
better than all of the Dark Souls combined.
It's
No, I'm just
basically
kidding.
the best game ever.
But
Anyways, Xbox is reportedly working on a Monster Hunter-like exclusive codenamed Project Suerte with Halo Infinite co-developer Certain Affinity. Reported first by journalist Jeff Grubb and backed up by Windows Central. The new game has apparently been in development since 2020 and is slated to release in 2023 or 2024. According to Grubb, Microsoft actively courted developers for a game like Monster Hunter after deciding the Capcom series would be too expensive to add to Game Pass. Other details remain under wraps. So I guess they thought it wasn't worth billions of dollars like everything else. So they were like, we'll just make our fucking own. We're going to have our own Monster Hunter, which I
they
want to
got
know what
enough
that's going to look
studios,
like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be cool.
It could be like an American version of Monster Hunter. Like, it's going to be very Gears of War.
Guns.
Yeah, I mean, there's guns in Monster
I
Hunter.
mean, like,
but
like
guns.
focused. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's going to be like Call of Duty, Gears of War looking, but like with monsters.
Dude, fucking bring it.
I'm
Yeah,
down for
I'm
it.
here
Yeah.
for that.
As long as it's as deep as Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter is such a deep game. You can't just have a game where you hunt monsters and it's not as like deep, like mechanic wise.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's complex as fuck. It's
Yeah.
almost on the verge of too much. So
I was
like,
going to say, I wouldn't mind a kind of dumbed down Monster Hunter actually a little bit. Like, I know that sounds.
I could think of several areas
really lame of
that
me,
they could
but-
improve over Monster Hunter. Like, I'm not a big fan of like the smacking the dinosaur or smacking the monster just
over and over.
endlessly, not even having a
Yeah.
health bar or nothing. Like,
That's what I'm saying. If they made it more like realistic Monster Hunter, but kept it as complex with like building your like armor and stuff out of the monster
and then
skin and all
did
that
the
shit.
quality of life improvements that everybody wants in Monster or like casual players, I guess, wants them.
But like make it like whenever you're fighting a monster, like you can see like physical damage to it and stuff,
Yes,
like how
yeah.
it's like breaking down rather than like the monster does like different things after it's been hit a couple times and stuff like that. Like have its skin just like ripping off and stuff. I want rated M.
locational damage.
hardcore.
Yeah, fucking. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
They
could
could.
be
They
cool.
could do it. They could do it right
Yeah.
and get far enough away from
The
looking
actual
like
thing.
looking like Monster Hunter.
Anyways, Brent, what you call?
All right, let's see. With 2021 in the rearview mirror, Epic has posted stats on the 2021 performance of the Epic Game Store and its plans for the year ahead. For those of you who regularly browse the store to see if there are free games available that cater to your taste, the good news is that Epic plans to continue offering a regular selection of free games this year. So basically, if you're like me and you look once a week at Epic Store just to get your free game, you can continue doing that all year. I think they're going to do it again this year. They said that last year they gave away 89. If you got every game, you would have got 89 games worth $2,120 in total. And I got most of those. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. Anyways,
nice.
Pretty happy about that.
Yeah.
So Ted Litchfield over at PC Gamer. So Microsoft Flight Simulator devs outline plans for helicopters, historic planes, and Australia for their 2022 roadmap.
Wow.
So yeah, there's not much to go into, but they're adding. They've got a whole lot planned for this year. Any fans of Flight Simulator? The biggest ones being helicopters and Australia.
Helicopters sound cool. I wish I could do VR helicopters. That would be fun. Yeah.
Historic planes would be dope too. Fly the Wright brothers plane.
Ooh, yeah.
That'd be
nice.
Helicopters would be
and
cool
dragons.
in the city. I'd fly the helicopter.
Wait, what?
Dragons are historical planes, technically. I mean,
what?
I mean, if you believe in them. But anyways,
Jamel, what'd we say about talking crazy?
Look, man. The dragons are real. No, Ubisoft has announced that its free-to-play battle royale game Hyperscape will be shut down on April 28th after less than 2 years of operation. In a short blog post, Ubisoft announced it has made, quote, the difficult decision to end development of Hyperscape and shut the game down as of April 28th.
Was it a hard decision?
Yeah, it was probably really easy when they looked at how much money they weren't making.
I completely forgot that game existed.
Shut that shit down.
I didn't even know it existed in the first place, to be
It was
honest.
the
We
Battle
talked
Royale.
about it on this show.
Yeah.
I never gave it a chance.
Yeah,
you know?
nobody played it. I mean, like,
It
actually,
might have been the best game ever, and I just wouldn't even know.
I think Anthony tried it out, like Recondo.
Yeah,
but I remember when it came out, I was like, dude, it's way too late. Like, it's I remember on the show we were talking about, like, you can't just come out with a fucking, like, battle royale at that point. At that point, it was just too late. There was you're not taking on fucking Warzone. You're not taking on Battlefield. Like, all that shit. It was just way too.
I feel like
PUBG,
you could
Fortnite.
make a battle royale. It just has to be like interesting, like Naraka Blade Point or something. You know
That's
what I mean?
That's what I mean. It's got to be different.
Well, and like Super People did it
Spellbreak.
okay. It got some. Well, Spellbreak's not a good example.
Well, I mean, it's not doing great now, but when it came out, it was. I feel like if they had maintained it and taken care of the game, it would have done fine.
Also, I think the problem is that there's already like 3 or 4 Titans. Like, and one of them isn't even really a Titan. PUBG's not really a Titan, but you have
it's just the granddaddy.
Yeah,
it is now just about. It's fucking blowing up, dude. Since it's gone free to play, it's gone up 500% in popularity or some shit like that. Like
that's cool.
I forgot it went free.
Well, then back to so you got 3 or 4 Titans already.
Yeah.
You got Fortnite. You got PUBG. You got Warzone. So 3. We got
Apex.
And Apex.
Apex has to count. Yeah.
Apex definitely counts. I just forgot about it.
Yeah.
So you got 4 Titans. You're not fucking touching these guys.
You can't break into that scene.
It's like that'd be like if somebody tried to put out a new console like Atari. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just not gonna work. Like find something else. Make the next big thing. Move on. We need to move on from battle royales. Like we have them, and we have. That's like fucking Overwatch. Everybody tried to do the fucking class-based like hero shooter, and it did not work. Like there was like 3 or 4 that stood out, and then we moved on. And I mean, some people still play them, but like we're past it. So what could come next? That's the main thing.
There was a few games. I feel like there's a few games that come from each craze that are like gems that just don't make it in the scene, because it's oversaturated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I really liked the hero shooter. It was a VR hero shooter. It was like everybody's in spaceships, but you all have like a hero ability, like paladins or something, and it's like teams of like, you know what I mean? It was really cool. I forgot what it was called. Starblood Arena. That game was awesome.
Let's say VR, I think, is in a thing of its own.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, you can still knock a battle royale out in VR, or you could do a class-based or a hero-based shooter in VR because it doesn't have its best one yet. You know what I'm saying?
I think it does.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, well, with Battle Royale. I
mean, yeah, it's
hero shooter maybe, you know what I mean? But there are quite a few Battle Royales.
No, it can be done better than Pop 1.
But
I don't know, man. I like Pop 1 a lot.
I don't think
a
Pop
lot
1's
of
bad. I played it with it,
I
but
think- No, I
don't
I
think
do
it's
think
bad.
they could make it better. Like
Yeah.
if a big company came in and
Did a
fucking like
realistic take.
yeah, like,
to
you-
There
Battle Royale?
are realistic ones. Like Standout is pretty good. I don't know if you play that. It's
No.
have you got like EA or somebody in to like make a battle royale specifically for VR? I imagine it could be like insane.
I almost don't trust AAA titles to make VR
To make
games
VR.
anymore.
Oh.
Like, I don't know when they go on like. I don't know the recent ones that we've seen, like Medal of Honor and shit. Like,
Or Valve. What if Valve did a fucking
okay, well, not
like that
that's
could be
different.
tight. But either way, my point is the landscape is a lot different in VR.
Yeah.
Like there's still possibility of growth, no matter
Absolutely.
even for old genres, because it's a whole new thing. So like it's like, yeah, fucking I'm tired of battle royale. You put a helmet on my fucking head and you put me in the game, then yeah, I'm back to okay, battle royales are cool as fuck because I'm here. You know what I'm saying? And like there's a whole giant population that hasn't tried VR
but
stuff yet.
I think my point is that the hero shooter genre died, and that game kind of died along with it because everybody was just tired. Even though
Even
it
in
did,
VR?
Yeah, even in VR. Well, VR at that time had like kind of a small audience anyway,
Mm.
so the few people that were playing it, you know what I mean? Like
Wasn't enough.
Like it was such a when PSVR first came out, like there was like a few thousand of us playing PSVR daily, and like you get to the point where you'd meet the same people playing games. Like you'd run into people like it was like a
in
fucking
different games.
yeah, like it was just like people you'd meet. You'd be like, oh hey, what's up, bro? I saw you in Rec Room the other day. You know what I mean? Like
Damn.
it was a
Small-ass
small
community.
It really was. It's grown so much since then. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like.
But yeah, so that'll be or like not that'll be, but it's interesting that they're shutting it down after 2 years, and I haven't heard a fucking peep about this game since it initially dropped. Like I just remember us
Yeah,
talking
it's like
about
they
it
didn't
and
even
being
try.
like, nope.
Like,
Well,
Even-
I think the initial numbers were so bad that they were just like, yeah, fuck it, we'll just let this bleed out. Like maybe it's I'm assuming because like they didn't say shit about that game after it dropped. I think
And-
it didn't really find a Twitch presence or anything. So
And another thing is nobody really said anything after it got. Or I haven't seen a lot of like noise about it ending. Nobody's
really
yeah.
saying shit. It was like like an article that had like 30 comments on it. Like normally on IGN, like the big stuff will get like close to like 1,000 comments, and it was like this game is literally shutting down. It was like 30 people were like,
Oh, I
Yeah.
forgot that game existed.
I read they're not supporting Watch Dogs Legion anymore after like next month or something. So
I didn't even know they were supporting that game. Like I thought the game just was like a single player thing. Like
No, there's a.
I think there was
Supposed
some
to be a big
multiplayer, but they were
multiplayer.
also supposed to add like a bunch of like DLC and stuff. So they were just like, never mind.
Imagine that.
Imagine being like a company and like being that ADHD about shit. Like you put something out and you're just like, yeah, but fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Let's just move on. Like NFTs, bro. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if I trust Ubisoft with NFTs now that I think about it. But anyways,
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Is
they're destroying the fucking environment. That's all I care about. Anyways,
is it Brent or
yeah,
me?
it's Brent.
Alright.
I think.
Microsoft reported earnings on Tuesday, announcing that its Xbox division posted revenue of $16.28 billion for the calendar year of 2021. It was Xbox's best year of all time based on revenue. The positive momentum comes after Microsoft acquired
Everything.
and the company's fortunes are poised to presumably grow even stronger. Blah, 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 blah. Revenue from content and services during the year rose 8.8% to $12.6 billion, thanks in part to the growth in Game Pass, which now has 25 million subscribers, and first-party game sales. Forza Horizon 5 and Halo Infinite were two of Microsoft's biggest 2021 games. Third-party game sales slid, however, which impacted results, Microsoft said. Check out more stats from analyst Daniel Ahmed's recap of Microsoft's blah, blah, blah.
Though, like, I mean, if they made $16.8 billion, they more than paid off Bethesda in 1 year. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty good.
Totally. And, that's probably why they were so comfortable spending all this money, because they're like, they see their
Projected.
fucking, yeah. I think people see their vision and are investing, back into the company by buying Xboxes and Game Pass and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
Also, it's interesting that they said that third-party game sales slid. They just kind of threw that in there. which is interesting to me. I wonder if that's a direct result of Game Pass itself. Like people,
of course.
not wanting to go out and buy just random bullshit because they've got Game Pass to fall back on. You know what I mean? Like
exactly. I mean, what's the point of buying the third-party game if you can play it for free on Game Pass? But they did say that their subscription base went up.
Way up, yeah.
Yes. What?
God damn it.
Lots of interesting
He is
stuff.
stinky. Princess Brat says, "Hi, stinky boy," which I imagine is Devin because he's the only one here that stinks.
Yeah,
it's disgusting.
Yeah.
I'm like constantly trying not to throw up.
Like, showering just takes a lot out of me.
It's true. It's a lot of effort.
It does take.
I can understand that. Yeah.
But so, wait, is it you, Devin?
Yeah,
is it Devon?
It is the stinky boy.
Oh, stinky boy.
No, I am pretty serious about my hygiene. Just for anyone.
You don't have to lie.
Yeah.
That's okay. No one cares.
So our boy Joe Scribbles over at IGN, Crysis 4 is coming, and not a single PC is gonna be able to play it. Now Crysis 4 is on its way, with developer Crytek putting out a teaser trailer following a leak on Chinese social media. The game is still early in development and will quote unquote will be a while yet.
Cool.
So there's not a whole lot to read into that, honestly. There's a little teaser trailer on social media. It is confirmed that it's happening. How long has it been since the last install?
Crysis 3
Crysis
was like
3
Xbox 360.
Yeah, I think it was like
some shit.
2010 or
long
something. It might even be before that.
I know for the longest time, like even way after it came out, like it was still used as a benchmark for
The original Crysis.
Was
Yeah,
it the original or Crysis 3?
it was the original Crysis. That was like the big deal because
The original Crysis didn't run well on computers because it was it only utilized like one core out of your CPU or something like that. It had a weird bottleneck that kept it from performing well on like almost every computer, regardless of how good you had. Like it was weird. Like
Yeah, I thought it was. I always knew it as 3 to be like if your PC can run this good, then it's solid.
that originated with the original game, like
Oh,
where
okay.
everybody's like, because like for like he was saying, years after, even if you had like a fucking amazing computer, you couldn't play it at its like old like highest settings and shit.
Just not optimized.
But yeah, well, that's not the way they put it, but yes. So Sony's London studio is recruiting new talent in order to develop its next game, which it says will be an online PS5 exclusive. According to a number of recent job posts advertised by Sony's London studio, which most recently released VR exclusive Blood and Truth, the company is looking to put together a fresh new team in order to create an online PS5 game. Quote, "We're building a team from the ground up for an upcoming PS5 online game," reads a statement from the studio's Twitter account. "New starters will join at the perfect time to get involved in shaping our plans for a project we are exceptionally excited about." So,
wonder if it'll be
details.
VR.
I don't think so. I think the way that they're talking about it sounds more like Destiny type, like online, like, or at least that's what I'm getting from it. I don't think it's going to be VR though, because when they put that in their job descriptions, like that they're looking for people like for
You'd
VR.
think so, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It says at present the studio has kept details of the project closely under wraps, though it did note in a separate tweet that it, quote, "can't wait to show the world what it's got in store." As part of an advertisement for the position of senior character artist on the team, the developer states that an ideal candidate will help the studio, quote, "in crafting a wide range of characters, skins, creatures, weapons, and gear." However, considering that description could be applied to a plethora of modern games, it offers little in the way of solid information.
Well, if they're just looking for an artist, they wouldn't really have to disclose the VR thing. You know what I mean? It could just be like a concept art kind of thing, or just somebody to make digital assets that they could then put into a VR game,
Yeah, really
Like-
all they're saying is that it's AAA. It's a AAA title is what they're saying. They're saying in crafting it says despite not specifying further details surrounding gameplay, the post for the role does offer a number of further clues as to the scope of the game. Elsewhere in the description, it's stated that the position offers a, quote, "once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be at the heart of crafting and bringing to life the next PlayStation icon/icons," and that the successful candidate will be handling a range of AAA art content. Which makes you wonder what that could be.
Icon. Maybe they have some kind of mascot type character. They're thinking this is going to be like the next Nathan Drake or the next Crash Bandicoot or the next, big thing.
Interesting.
I really thought they would lean into the Astrobot thing, you know.
I thought so too. Maybe that is what it is.
Maybe it is.
Maybe it's an Astrobot game.
I mean, if you want like a real full-fledged Astrobot game, why not trust London Studios? Because like I've always said, like Astrobot Rescue Mission is probably one of the best VR games that's out, and it's a PlayStation VR game, obviously. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like the Astrobot game that came out with the PlayStation 5 is also really good, Astro's Playroom, and it's almost exactly like the fucking VR game, you know?
Really?
So my thought is like make a full Astro's Playroom game, but give it like a VR component where you can like turn, like if you have the VR headset, you could play the whole game in VR if you want or not. And these guys would be the perfect team to do that. But they said it's an online thing, so that wouldn't have anything to do with this. You know what I mean? But it's still a fun concept to think about, you know?
For sure. And then one last sentence here that goes towards the VR thing. It says, among the studio's many new job adverts, there's no mention of VR elements in any of them. So apparently there's other job offerings on the or adverts on the same thing, and none. So, but
I really hope they don't just completely stop doing VR, because Blood and Truth was so good. Like,
wasn't that what got them popular? Was their VR stuff?
Yeah. Well, originally they did a game called VR Worlds, which was like 5 different small VR showcase games, like within one game. And then one of the games in VR Worlds was called the London Heist, and like it was basically like a 15-minute like demo of Blood and Truth, and it was so good, everybody really liked it, and so they ended up making Blood and Truth into like a full-on game. But yeah.
Interesting. I feel like we talked about them a while ago, and they were talking about how they were trying to do something new, but I don't remember. It was like a year ago. I feel like we were talking about them. It's been a long time.
Well, regardless, I have a lot of faith in them as developers. I think they're a good team.
With how well they did stuff in VR, I can only imagine like how much attention to detail they would have for like a 2D
normal
game.
Yeah,
it could, or not 2D, but flat screen game. Devin, what you got?
That's gonna be it for me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Brint.
All right, let's see what we're working with here. Electronic Arts has announced major plans to create more Star Wars games.
Hell yeah.
That was going to be my last article, but I thought we already talked about it.
No, well, here we go. With its studios and partners developing 3 new games, including a sequel to the hit Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, as well as a new first-person shooter from Respawn and a strategy game from former XCOM developers. So I won't go too far into it, but it definitely seems like all 3 of these are really happening, and it seems like the Jedi Fallen Order sequel is closer,
than expected.
Yeah, it should. That one might even come out this year. The other 2 are a little further out, but apparently the first-person shooter from Respawn is like a traditional like FPS like game from in the Star Wars universe, which sounds interesting.
Respawn has me That has me so excited for that game.
Yeah.
Because
like Titanfall.
Dude, Titanfall is a criminally underrated FPS shooter.
But who did Battlefront?
DICE.
Was it DICE?
Yeah.
And so we're getting a Respawn first-person shooter.
Yeah.
So basically, I think like Titanfall 1 and 2.
I don't think
so. This isn't going to be Battlefront 3.
No. This is going to be like a story-based. If I had to guess, I think this would be like a story-based first-person
probably
shooter.
with like a good multiplayer.
Yeah, with a good multiplayer.
Because they're the multiplayer FPS kings. Like Respawn used to be Infinity Ward back in the day of MW2 and MW1, and then a lot of those lead developers left and made Respawn, and then put out Titanfall 1 and 2. And Titanfall 2 it's a phenomenal shooter. It's criminal.
I like Titanfall 1 a lot too.
Yeah, both of them, and then Titanfall 2. It
had a great campaign too. That proves they could do a great Star Wars story. You know what I mean?
Epic. It'll be whatever it is. I'm putting my money. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw like bounty hunters involved.
That's probably what you're gonna have.
Yeah,
that would be dope.
Especially
with like Mandalorian and all that stuff. Yeah, but or it could be a throwback to some Clone Wars stuff, but I think they're done with all that stuff.
Give me some jetpacks.
What if they did like a Republic Commando?
That's what I was thinking, Republic Commando, or like a continuation.
That would be a lot of fun, dude.
Either or. I would take an old school. What was it was just the Bounty Hunter game.
Star Wars Bounty Hunter.
Yeah,
I got it over there on GameCube.
I have it on PS2. Like
It's a good
classic.
game.
They used to be so inventive with fucking Star Wars games.
I feel like we're getting back to that though. Like we got so many different Star Wars games coming out. It actually makes me happy that we're not just sitting on the fucking franchise and like letting it go dormant like so many things these days. You know what I mean? Like
I've got a lot of faith in Respawn to handle a Star Wars FPS.
So Steam Deck will go on sale starting on February 25th with the first batch of handhelds set to ship on February 28th. In a blog post, Steam says customers will begin getting invites, quote, shortly after 10 a.m. PT on February 25th and will have 3 days or 72 hours from the receipt of their order email to make their purchase.
God damn.
Yep. If a person,
no pressure, right?
Yeah. Like, if a person doesn't make an order at this time, the person next in the queue will get the chance to place an order. Valve says it is hoping to send emails for orders out in batches weekly. So there you go.
Man.
Dude, my neighbor has one reserved.
I've got one reserved, but I don't know if I'm gonna have the money when the thing rolls around. You know what I mean? Like,
need an open world Lord of the Rings game.
Bruh, they got that right.
I mean,
the Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War.
They're not, but they're not like as in depth with the story and stuff. They're more so
but it's
like
an open world Lord of the Ring game. There's 2 of them.
True, but it's all about the fucking story, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Give me. That's why those games felt a little like redundant. I feel like they didn't really
expand on the lore.
Yeah, they're just like, here you go. We're gonna throw you in here and just go kill a bunch of orcs and shit.
Look, all I'm saying is that there is a game.
There is a game. It is open world, yeah. But you're better off with the GameCube, like PS2, Xbox game. I thought those were like phenomenal.
Those games went hard, dude, and the multiplayer was fun.
Oh my goodness,
it was like Gauntlet, but like on crack.
Yes. Let's see. Now that Xbox done bought Blizzard. Blizzard has announced it is working on a new AAA survival game for PC and console set in a brand new universe, and Blizzard is hiring to help make it happen. In a new blog post announcing the job openings, Blizzard says its new survival game will be, quote, a place full of heroes we have yet to meet, stories yet to be told, and adventures yet to be lived, a vast realm of possibility waiting to be explored. So there you go. We're getting fucking whatever that is, a survival game. I know what a survival game is, but I wonder what a Blizzard survival game is.
Probably extra blizzardy.
Yeah. DQ. Oh, you have more news, don't you?
Yeah, dog.
I sorry, I skipped you because he said he didn't have any, so like my brain was just like,
I don't care. I just stay with the news. You know what I mean?
Get it.
A sequel to the VR game The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners has been announced. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Chapter 2 Retribution is in development.
Retribution.
Skydance Interactive and Skybound Entertainment have announced, while the companies also confirmed that the first game has now surpassed $60 million in revenue since launch in 2020. As for the sequel, it will continue the story of the first game and once again puts players into the shoes of the tourist who is on a gruesome adventure to survive against the undead in New Orleans. So, something to look forward to if you're a fan of the first game. I feel like it's one of the better VR games basically ever.
Really?
So, yeah.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
It's really good.
Princess Brat says, gimme Daddy Daryl. Okay.
It's actually, I really hope they add some, like, characters from the show into the next one. Yeah, that would be really cool.
Okay, let's see what we got here. What great news do we have?
A lot of fucking news.
Yeah, there is a lot. Okay, let me see. Yeah, this is the last bit of news I got right here. So apparently a bug briefly shows all PS4 trophies as PS3 games, sparking more backwards compatibility rumors. Basically, that's the whole gist of it. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but people are like, uh-oh, we about to get backwards compatibility on the PlayStation 5?
Not without paying for it.
Well, maybe, but I don't know. It's like it should have been done a long time ago, so I think it is going to happen. I think they've been building this up because they even said whenever the PS5 dropped that they were working on it. So I don't know why this is news. Like, it's like, yes, they're working on it. It's coming. Calm down. You going to play your PS3 games on there? Don't lie to me. You ain't going to play a PS3 game on your PS5. I don't get people in this backwards compatibility nonsense. I have my Series X. I never just pop in a fucking, like, Xbox like original Xbox game. Like I tried playing Black on fucking Game Pass, and I was like, why did I do this? Like
honestly, most of the games that are like worth playing have some kind of sweet remaster you can play these days. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You can play PS4 games on PS5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all you need. You don't need anything before that.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's honestly true.
Princess Brad says, I would definitely play Digimon Rumble Arena on the Xbox One. No cap. I wish I knew what that was.
I don't know.
I do know Digimon, but I don't know about this Rumble Arena. You know what I'm saying?
Monsters.
Digimon.
It might be tight. I'll play some Fusion Frenzy. That's about the only game I'll go back and play.
I tried to play one Digimon game a long time ago, but I couldn't tell you the title.
I had a Digimon game on PS1 that was fucking lit. It was like Final Fantasy, but it was like Digimon. It was cool.
Yeah.
They just put out a new Digimon game on Switch, but because Arceus just dropped, like nobody gives a fuck. But apparently that Digimon game is dope. It looks dope. It looks like a Pokemon game, but Digimon.
Bro, I gotta say, I thought Arceus was gonna bomb, but it's been getting really good reviews. Like I was so sure it was just gonna flop completely, but.
I wouldn't consider 7's really good reviews.
Nah, man, I looked at the review roundup, and the lowest score I saw was like a 8 or something.
IGN gave it a 7.
Really?
Yeah, but because they said that, it feels like a beta for a better game. Like it feels like they're right on the cusp.
Yeah,
like,
just give the people what they want.
Yeah, they created this big open world, but there's like not much going on in it. There's no gyms. There's no battling. You can only battle wild Pokemon. So like that's kind of like a big problem, and then the NPCs don't really say anything or do anything except for but
just give us the fucking.
Apparently, it's a good game though. Everybody's saying it's got like really cool mechanics.
There's
like
crafting now.
There's like 60 hours of gameplay in it, but like they're saying it's just got it. You got to put the gyms back in. You got to add the battling back, and then it'll be.
So I didn't get IGN's on the review roundup I looked at, but GameSpot gave it an 8 out of 10. VGC gave it 100 out of 100.
Holy shit!
It's
a masterpiece.
The Sixth Axis gave it a 90 out of 100. Nintendo Life gave it a 90 out of 100.
Well, of course.
Nintendo Life.
Inverse, whatever they are, gave it an 80 out of 100. And Shack News gave it an 80 out of 100. VG247 gave it an 80 out of 100. So it's like a bunch of random ass fucking publications are giving it great reviews.
IGN is the lowest. Yeah, IGN gave it a 7 out of 10, but that's the lowest one I've seen. But
everybody I talk to seems to be having fun with it, which is surprising to me. I thought the like user reviews would be low. You know, like I don't know.
That's where I've been reading a bunch of it. Like somebody we know personally was posting about it that she had played it and was saying a lot of the same things that IGN was saying, that like it feels like it's so close, but it's just not there yet.
And I had a friend, she told me the same thing. She spent all weekend with it, playing it like hardcore, and she said the exact same thing that Jamal said. Like there's improvements there. It's close, but like because like the open world is it seems very empty.
It's empty, and not the graphics, but the textures are really ugly. Like
yeah, I mean it looks like trash to me personally. Yeah. Like I'm glad everybody's having fun with it.
Oh, I am too.
But I'm just like surprised because to me it looks horrible. Like when I see gameplay footage of it and stuff, I'm like, man, that looks like something I would not enjoy.
Check it out though. I honestly think that all these sites gave it a good review just because they don't want them to not make another one. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they were like they all like called each other and they were like, look guys, we just have to fucking like just
hold out a little.
We gotta hold out. We just gotta say it was a great game. So Nintendo will make another one, and they'll
take it
make
more
it
seriously next time.
Yes,
yeah,
because I feel like this one was rushed,
kind of like an experiment on their part.
Yes, to see if people would actually buy it, and it felt rushed. It felt
people
rushed
definitely fucking bought it. If there's nothing else, that game sold like hotcakes.
Oh yeah,
that shit is gonna be like on the whenever the next year quarterly rolls around or whatever, they're gonna be like Arceus sold 50 bazillion fucking copies.
Yeah.
Like
Nintendo's building a shuttle to. Yeah, no, I feel that. But I'm out of news. All right.
Okay.
But people bought it, so do the right thing and just fucking give the fans what they want.
Yeah.
Dark Souls and Elden Ring developer From Software has taken all of its online servers for the Dark Souls series on PC offline as it investigates an exploit that can give an attacker to your entire system. Sorry, they wrote that weird. The exploit, which has been around for some time, was initially reported to From Software by one of the few people who was able to execute the exploit, according to VGC. The report was met with no reply, forcing the player to stream the exploit and its dangers to bring attention to the issues. A Dark Souls 3 streamer by the name of The Grim Sleeper streamed the exploit and took over his own PC, using a narration app to read out some of the text to prove how easy it was to control the system remotely. This past Sunday, it seems From Software noticed with a tweet indicating that all PvP servers for the entirety of the Dark Souls series would be taken offline on PC as it investigates. The exploit is quite severe, but it seems that the small community that knows how to exploit it hasn't chosen to do anything dangerous with it, and initially chose to report it for fixing. It's especially important that it's getting fixed now, too, given that the exploit was found in some data mine code for Elden Ring, which is set to launch next month. Yeah,
that would suck.
Right?
But they only stopped the PvP and whatnot on PC, not console, so that's dope.
Yeah. Guess it wouldn't be that big of a deal if somebody, took over your console.
Nah.
Computer's a little different, though.
Yeah.
But, anyways.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
What else you got?
Let's see. Resident Evil 4 VR is getting a new update today that improves the game's accessibility features. Basically, they're making it to where you have, hand-oriented walking. You know how, you can have it to where it follows your head or your hand sometimes?
Yeah.
They're doing hand-oriented walking at it, and...
That's cool.
A few other little comfort things.
Accessibility.
But this isn't adding the Mercenaries mode, which is still coming at some point, so...
Sweet.
Let's see. Yeah, and that's all I got except for the free games for February, which we can talk about if you want.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to do the free games. Yeah, go ahead and name off the Sony ones.
All right, so for February, we're getting EA Sports UFC 4, which is awesome. Probably one of my favorite games ever. I know, nobody's excited about that, but it's a fucking excellent game, and I can't wait to just beat the shit out of all these new players that don't know what the fuck they're doing. We're also getting Planet Coaster Console Edition, which is whatever, I guess. And
you like building coasters.
And we're getting Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep, a Wonderlands one-shot adventure. So it's that $10 Borderlands prequel to fucking the new Tiny Tina game, you know?
Nice.
It's actually pretty good. I played a little bit of it. It's really short but sweet. I don't know. It's definitely worth playing.
For free?
For free.
Free.
So on the Xbox Gold free games, y'all get ready for this. Broken Sword 5, The Serpent's Curse.
That's actually a really good game.
That'll be available from February 1st to the 28th. And then get ready for Aerial Knights Never Yield, coming February 16th through the 15th. And then we got Hydrophobia from February 1st to the 15th. And Band of Bugs, available February 16th to the 28th. Yeah, they should just get rid of games with gold, I feel like, at this point, and just throw the shit on Game Pass.
Yeah.
We don't
would be way better.
Yeah. But anyways, we're going to jump on over
Broken Sword is a dope series, though. It's one of the best point-and-click series, most underrated point-and-click series of all time.
I didn't even know it was point-and-click.
They're
I had
really
no idea what the game was. This week's releases, where I'm going to let you know which brand new games you can get in the next 7 days, and luckily there's 5 of them. Beginning with Life is Strange Remastered Collection, coming to PS4, PS5, Series S and X, PC, and Stadia on February 1st for $39.99. Life is Strange Remastered Collection is a collection of the first 2 games in the critically acclaimed adventure series, Life is Strange and Life is Strange Before the Storm.
You know, I gotta say, I've watched a lot of, I'm a big Life is Strange fan, as we all know.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I've watched a lot of, back-to-back, footage of the remastered version versus the original version, and I'm sure that the resolution bump is noticeable when you get the remastered version going on a 4K TV or something, but the textures and like lighting and stuff in the old version, I feel like is way better for some reason. Like, and even some of the expressions on their face, like they completely changed like some of the mocapping and like the facial animations and stuff in the remastered version. And it's just kind of weird, dude. Like,
kind of weird.
I think I'm just so used to the old one or something that it's like it's almost like the new Spider-Man in the new Spider-Man game. You know how they changed it to like look more like Tom Holland in the remastered version. You know what I mean? It's like it's weird like that. You know what I mean?
Just hit your eye wrong.
Yeah. Anyways, sorry, I just had to throw my 2 cents in there. As a long time Life is Strange fan.
Nah, I feel that. And then we got Rip Out. Coming to PC on February 1st. Couldn't find a price, but Rip Out is an online co-op horror FPS that will have players fight their way through procedurally generated derelict ships filled with mutants capable of reconfiguring their alien bodies.
Whoa.
Then we got The 100-Year Kingdom coming to Switch and PC on February 3rd for $12.99. Build and guide a new civilization alongside mythical goddesses in the 100-Year Kingdom, a turn-based simulation game where you will build, cultivate, and guide a peaceful new civilization from the ground up with the help of a mythical goddess over the course of 100 years. And then we have Maglam Lord coming to Switch and PS4 on February 4th for $39.99. Forge mythic blades and restore your demonic powers in this fantasy action RPG, Maglam Lord, a hack and slash adventure which also features dating sim storytelling. And then finally, Dying Light 2. It's coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series S and X, and PC on February 4th for $59.99. The fate of the decaying city is in your hands. Every choice matters in Dying Light 2, the bold sequel to a best-selling open-world phenomenon.
I'm so hyped for that game. It comes out on my birthday, dude. It's like meant to be, you know? You know, like when the universe is just telling you, like, buy that game.
It's like, bro, you about to get this for free because it's your birthday.
Because it's my birthday.
Yeah, you know somebody's got it.
Dude, I'm so hyped for Dying Light 2, man. The gameplay footage and shit looks fucking sick. I just don't know if I want to get it on PC or PS4. Like, I mean PS5. You know what I mean?
Let's say what?
You know what I mean?
Yeah. For a second, I was like, wait a minute.
Because, like, I feel like the PS5, I can bump it all the way up to 4K.
Yeah, it's probably going to be better on PS5 visually. It's not like you need it on PC for online play or nothing.
No. Although there is online play.
There is. Is it going to be cross-plat?
I don't know.
Probably not. I seriously doubt it.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Are you guys going to get it? Because y'all are probably the only people I'd play with anyway.
If I do, it'll be on PC. But I wouldn't. I'm not sure I'm getting it just yet. I am a big Dying Light fan, but I'm waiting.
Oh, it does have the co-op. Yeah, the whole game's co-op, huh?
Mm-hmm.
My ass is still very chapped from 2042, so now I'm very gun shy to get
a brand new game.
That's real.
Yep.
Yeah.
I might get that on PC. It'll be ugly on my PC, but like at least I can play some co-op with the people. Unless it's got the cross.
Dude,
cross
I would
play.
get it on your Series X, bro.
Yeah, but the co-op though, you know what I'm saying? It depends on if it's crossplay or not. Like if it's crossplay, then I'll get it on my Xbox and just play with people on PC. Faux show.
That's gonna be fucking
listening.
glorious on your Series X, dude. I'm telling you right now, like that
for
shit,
sure.
Man.
Nope.
It's not.
I will not have it during its launch. So,
so no. Going PC. So currently playing, boys. What's everybody playing? I'm just gonna say I've been playing Warzone. I haven't played anything else this week. I've been busy. So go ahead. Which other?
Gotta get a little Warzone in.
I've actually been playing a good bit this week.
What have you been playing, mate?
I've diversified my portfolio of video gaming. So yeah, lots of good words there.
Intriguing.
So I downloaded a couple different mobile games to make the car ride up there easier, and ended up not playing fucking any of them longer than like 10 minutes.
Damn.
I just can't, man. I have such a badass phone to mobile game on. I can't get into mobile gaming. I love the streaming. I fuck with that every now and then.
Need a Steam Deck, bro.
Yeah, but
you know it's true. You probably have a million Steam games, huh?
I don't know, because like when I'm going places and I need a mobile gaming device, like I don't ever play it. Like, because I've got games on my phone and I take my Oculus with me, but I rarely play that on the go, anywhere on the go, which VR would look weird in
I
public.
use my Switch more than anything on the go, really.
See, and I don't have a Switch. I feel like I would definitely play a Switch more. But like I had emulators and all kinds of stuff, and I just didn't play any of them.
Pokemon would have been a good one.
Oh yeah. I got I think Soul Silver.
You know what's a good emulator game is Fire Emblem, because you don't have to do a lot of like crazy movement or anything, so like the touchpad controls aren't weird or anything like that.
Pokemon's a great one too.
Yeah,
It's super easy, and the controls on this giant phone are pretty good. I don't know. There's something about mobile gaming that does not keep me held.
Intrigued.
I also got Terraria. I love Terraria, and
That's a good one.
But the controls got me on that one, and then I also played some Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, that's a good one
on mobile, but
beautiful.
I didn't get. I don't know. I was also had to keep give my mom company on the ride, so I was like, I felt bad when I was like deep into a game.
That's me. I feel bad like when I zone out into a game. I'll put some headphones on,
And then the other person driving is just like
bored,
listening to music.
See, I don't mind all that. I'll just turn my podcast on, drown out your fucking controller. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
So that was for my little stint to mobile gaming. And then when I got back this whole week, if I wasn't working, I just been playing video games.
What'd you play?
And I played a little bit of Enlisted. Started to get back into Battlefront 2. Me and one of my Discord buddies, and then soon to be my cousin and brother. We're all getting back into that a little bit. Played a little more of Outriders. Me and my cousin have been enjoying that one just because it's a co-op thing to do together.
Yeah.
And then I returned to Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
That's a good game.
To give that a fair shake.
Yeah.
I did not, when I got that game on a really good sale, I played about maybe an hour of it, and then I put it down.
Yeah.
And didn't touch it for a long time. So I went back to, I was like, I need to start playing some of these fucking games I've been buying.
Yeah.
So I went back to it whenever I got back from Ohio, and because I took the day off because we got back at like 7 a.m. So I woke up later that day and just gamed all day while I was just kind of getting back to normal. And I put probably like 4 or 5 hours into it.
Yeah.
And had a really good time with it. I like it. The combat gets a little stale, a tiny bit here and there because it gets kind of repetitive. But all the scenery and the different places to go and trying to figure out different ways to like stealth assassinate an entire like small village of enemies, that's always fun. Which I've always loved the Assassin's Creed games for that. And then played some COD with Jamel and friends. We did not get a dub. I've been sucking pretty good. I've been like, it's either 50-50. I'm either doing like really good or I'm not.
Got a lot of resurgence dubs. I don't know if you were there for any of those, but
I don't think so.
I definitely got some of those.
I also haven't been playing much. I'll hop on here and there whenever I see them on. But I have been trying to play a lot of different stuff. And then probably the most interesting gaming encounter that I had, which is, this one's still very fresh, but it's Zenith of the Last City.
Oh, yeah.
Which is
almost got that.
It's the first probably legitimate take at a VR MMO RPG.
Is it good?
So it's got a lot of potential, but something that I'm finding out personally is I can grind on flat screen.
Yeah.
Grinding in VR for like gear and killing monsters and shit is a whole nother ball game.
Is it tiring?
I don't know. It's almost just like it's a task. I'm like, fuck, I gotta.
Yeah, there's actual physical exertion.
Well, yeah, but like a lot of other VR games, I don't mind the physical exertion, but like in a grindy MMO, it's just like, fuck, okay. This is more of I'm starting to see it more as a task than enjoyment.
Yeah.
And that could just be because there's not a lot to keep my focus on it. But that's one thing. But I'm still judging through. I want to get further into the game. It's got a huge open world. Ridiculous.
Cool.
But you're kind of stuck to where you're at, or until you level up. Going to high, the scaling is
You'll get killed by some big monster.
The scaling's significant. So if you venture out of kind of your level area and you go into higher stuff, as soon as an enemy aggroes onto you, you're fucking dead.
Yeah.
At least was my experience. So you're forced to go through the quest.
Probably scary as fuck.
No, it's in a very very light anime style.
Oh, okay, cool.
So no, it's got a very cartoonish look to it, but at the same time, it's got 2 different classes, mage and swordsman at the moment. They plan to add more. This game is still technically kind of an early access.
What are you, a mage or a swordsman?
So I tried both, and mage is definitely my go-to. Not just because of swinging your swords, but like I couldn't really figure out how to do good like damage combos with the swordsman. That's one thing I will give them props in. The combat was done in a way that it makes you think about your moves, and it's not just like blind shooting or slashing or whatever.
Yeah.
You have with the mage, you have 2 instead of like a staff or anything. You have 2 blasters that you can shoot with, but then you also have spells that you cast with your hands. And then the swordsmen have their 2 swords, obviously, and then different strikes in different directions and stuff will activate different moves.
Oh, that's cool.
And then I think they also have like a backup like spells maybe. I haven't gotten deep into the swordsman. But I found that the mages were definitely a lot more enjoyable and seemed a lot stronger too.
Yeah.
But the casting is dope. It's gesture casting, and then you can choose what spells go into what gestures and what buttons and stuff. You can customize that. I think eventually there'll be like I'll be able to have add-ons to each move and stuff that'll bolster different effects and stuff. And then there's 3 subdivisions in each class: DPS, tank, and support. So they're setting it up to hopefully have big group events. They want to focus on group activity and like running with players. They want to like, I guess, encourage that.
Yeah.
And so you see that a lot anytime a game specifically like lists out support, DPS, or tank. Usually running in a group is preferred. So that actually made a difference whenever I ran with some random kids and there was actually a support class. I was running DPS and there was a support kid and he was casting heals on the ground and stuff. And it made a big difference. So it's got potential, but the grindiness of an MMO for me is not that awesome in VR.
Yeah, interesting.
So that's my whole little take on it. I'd probably say I put 3 hours into the game, 3, maybe 6, because I did 2 full charges. I'm just playing on a charge and not hooked up to anything because I think that I see the battery life as a good thing because then I'll actually like get off and go do other shit.
That's fucking real.
So, but yeah, that's been my experience with it. It's not a terrible game by any means. It's got a lot of potential. It's got a good development team behind it, or it seems. I read a bunch of stuff on people that experienced the alpha and the beta before this early access launch happened, and they had a lot of good stuff to say about where it was and where it's gotten to, and where it's going to go. So
okay, cool.
Keep an eye on it. It could be big. I don't know. Oh, and the social aspect of it is really cool as well. It's proximity mic everywhere.
Oh, I love that.
And there's lots of players. I don't know what the cap is, but there can be a fuck ton of people in one place at once. That's another big thing. Like that we haven't really seen except for like in VR chat. And I haven't really seen it implemented into a game a lot where there's just like social spaces for lots of players to be in VR.
Yeah. How many people did you run into at once? Like a fucking shitload?
I mean, at least 15, 20.
Oh,
like
cool.
in one in one area. And then if they all wanted to, they could have grouped up. But yeah, it was a lot in one area.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Brent, what you been playing?
Okay, so I played basically most of what I've been playing is Guardians of the Galaxy, the game. I finished it finally, but I gotta say it was a really, really good game. Like way better than I thought it would be. Like I thought it was gonna be good because everybody said it was good. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
Like, it kept subverting my expectations. Like, I kept thinking the game was going to end, you know? And, like, there would be, like, a big epic fight. And I'm like, oh, this is, like, got to be the boss fight. And then it would go on to, like, another level, you know? And then, like, I don't know. Like, the story was really endearing. Like, I watched both of the movies to, like, prep me for the game. And, fucking, the game was better than both of the movies put together. You know what I mean? Like,
Hell yeah.
as far as the story goes.
Yeah.
It was really interesting, and like the characters, it was so heartfelt, and the characters were all really good, and like the costumes you could find were fun, the little platforming elements were cool. Like, it was just all around a great game. The graphics were really good. And also, the best settings on the game are, like, put it into like 30 frames per second, which was kind of a bummer for me on the new consoles, you know what I mean? But I found this mode on my TV that if you have like a stable 30 frames per second on your game, like, you can switch this mode on my TV, and it'll make it look smooth, like it's 60 frames per second, at the cost of like a millisecond or two of input lag. So like, it'll be a little.
I'm out.
It's worth it on games like this where it's not like a first-person shooter or like a multiplayer thing. Like, you don't even notice the difference.
So
like,
my neighbor has a 3080 Ti, and I got to watch him play Guardians on a 3080 Ti. He only has a 2K monitor though, so he's not really utilizing it. But he had it on.
It's probably still beautiful.
He had it on super ultra ridiculous mode.
So actually,
and he was getting like 140 or like 200 frames.
That's fucking stupid.
Like, it was ridiculous.
I saw this comparison video, and like, if you turn on the ray tracing mode on the console on the PS5, the only thing you're missing out on is the ray trace transparent reflections. So like, if you're like in the cockpit,
not the ray trace transparent.
Yeah. And you only really notice it in the cockpit of the ship. So like, when you're in the cockpit of the ship and you're like looking out into space, you won't see like the reflection of yourself in the cockpit. But other than that, everything you get, like the ambient lighting, the fucking, glow, the diffused lighting, the fucking like normal ray trace reflections. Like, it's actually really impressively done. You know what I mean? But anyways, this new mode I found completely like makes everything look like it's 60 frames per second. It's fucking
nice.
It's a miracle. Like, I don't know how it does it. I don't know what kind of sorcery, but it totally it smooths out the whole jitteriness. So I was able to play on like the highest, performance modes or whatever, and it didn't fucking stress me out like it usually does. So I played through that. Highly recommend it. Like, again, totally like subverts your expectations. Like, really great storytelling. I just only hope they make a sequel. Like, I would kill for a sequel to this game. You know what I mean?
A lot of people, apparently.
It's really good. And they set it up to where they could do a sequel. I really genuinely hope they at least do some kind of story DLC. That would be really cool.
He's doing it. He's speaking things
into existence.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go. I really hope I am right now.
We're going to hear like I swear to God, if we hear any news next week of a fucking sequel being greenlit or something,
I seriously doubt they wouldn't, though, like with this one.
After how well it was
received. It was received so well.
I hope so, but they might just move on to the next Marvel property and do another game, which would be cool, but like, Guardians of the Galaxy is just a fun like setting for a game. Like, the way it's set up, you could basically go to any planet and do anything, and every level felt so different because you're always in a different environment. I don't know, it was such a cool game, Anyways, so then I downloaded Hitman 3 on Game Pass on my PC.
I was looking at it,
and I tried the VR component through Game Pass. You know what I mean?
Can you do it at all?
Yeah, totally. But don't get too excited, because I looked up the minimum specs, and it calls for a 2060 Super, and that's at the lowest settings to achieve 90 frames per second. So I was like, maybe my old 2060 can crank out like 70 frames per second or something, and it'll feel like playable, No. I hooked up, and like, it is just.
But it was playable on PS4 VR?
Yeah.
But apparently it was like way subpar on PS4 VR.
I had a good time with it on PS4, and I'm talking about the OG PS4. I didn't play it on PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
I didn't play it on
But even you complained about how it was looking like.
I'm just saying, I think the PS4 Pro version looked better than obviously.
Oh, yeah, because you could get like 10 frames probably on fucking PC with what you have.
Like, it's definitely.
Hey, don't knock our little 2060s, okay? They're doing their best.
I'm just saying, if you had a 2070 or something, I'm sure it would have been.
Nice. Yeah. Like, graphically, it would be amazing if I had the hardware for it. I will say this: like, I had it on the lowest settings, and I was getting about 40 to 50 frames per second, which just felt horrible.
I mean,
I'm gonna take a stab at it and see what I can
give it a try.
Yeah.
You know, I think maybe if you adjust the resolution settings on Steam VR or something, you might be able to make it playable.
Well, and I've never tried to mod a Game Pass game, but
you can.
There might be some, huh?
You can.
You can't. Well, yeah. Then if that's the case, then I'm gonna look up and see if there's any like mods to help it run better, utilization.
Well, if you want to play it, just make sure you have Steam VR turned on when you boot the game up, and then you can just click turn on VR from the game settings, and it'll turn on VR.
No shit. I thought because it was through Game Pass that you weren't going to be able to do that, because Flight Simulator has a VR capability, and you cannot run it through and No Man's Sky on Game Pass. You can't do any VR.
Well, I definitely did it through Hitman, and it was very, very simple. Literally, all you had to do was just have Steam VR running in the background. But
I'm gonna mess with it. I'll see if I can do anything.
I got it working. It just wasn't working. You know what I'm saying? And not only was like the frame rate bad, but like the tracking was horrible. Like I don't understand, because my Oculus controllers don't have any issues with tracking on like, you know, when I go back to the home menu or whatever, but like in the game, my shit's just like floating off into the distance for no reason, and my arms are just going like this fucking for no reason. You know what I mean?
See, then their Game Pass could be interfering with it then.
I think it's just an optimization issue, man, because I saw so many people complaining about this game on
even
Steam.
through Steam?
Yeah, like I'm in like a Steam VR group, and like I've never seen a game get more hate than Hitman 3 VR on Steam.
Damn, man, I was really excited for that.
It's apparently just a fucking mess. Like, and that's another thing, like you can't turn your body. Like if you're standing there and you physically turn around, his head will just rotate like The Exorcist. Like it's not like your body turns with your head. You have to be like sitting in one spot. Honestly, the PlayStation version is 100 times better. I don't understand why.
Wasn't it not like a full VR version though?
What?
Wasn't it not like a full VR version? You just had to controlled it with.
You used a controller, yeah, but I mean, you know, it wasn't all like disjointed feeling and shit. Like you still used the controller like your hands. Like you were like moving when you moved the controller, like your hands would like move around and stuff, you know, like you had like a sense of presence, you know, like the tracking on the PS4 controller was better than the tracking on my Oculus controllers, and that just shouldn't be the case. No. You know what I'm saying? Like ever, you know, I don't know.
I mean, I definitely expected it to be very graphically demanding, but this also sounds like a utilization issue or optimization.
I will say this, like there are moments where I could see that, like, if I had a fucking dope computer, like, it would be beautiful. Like, I was standing on the stairs in one of the levels and, like, staring at the sunset and, like, the God rays coming through the trees. I'm like, this shit would be beautiful if I had a fucking 3080 right now. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of games that would be beautiful in VR.
But anyways, so I finished Guardians of the Galaxy, and I got Devil May Cry 5 on sale because it was like 20 or like $18 or something at GameStop. I was like, why not? I'll try something because it was PS5. I just want something beautiful. And man, I gotta say, I'm just not a fan of the Devil May Cry games. Like, I've tried like at least 3 or 4 times. Like this is like the 4th time I've tried to like get into the series. Like give it an honest go, you know?
It's just over the top nonsense.
It's so fucking nonsense, dude. It's just fucking nonsense. Like, and it's like the game. I can see why, you know, people would say it's a good game. You know?
Yeah.
It's like really pretty. Like the actual gameplay. It's like it's not my cup of tea, but like I can see why people would be into it. You know? But, like, dude, I just fucking don't get it, dude. Like, it's like, but, like, all that aside, I'm looking at it from, like, a performance nerd, like, you know, standpoint. Like, I like, lately my thing has just been, like, looking at how games perform on the new consoles and shit. You know, that's, like, what I'm into, like, these days. So, like, at least I'm getting that out of it. Like, I'm having my fun analyzing how well it runs and stuff and the various modes it's got. And so, like, it's got several different modes. And, like, you can do, like, the normal mode with no ray tracing or anything. And it runs at, like, a solid 60 frames per second in 4K. And then you can do ray tracing mode. And it's interesting because most of the games with, like, a ray tracing mode will lock it down to 30, you know? But this one will just let it fluctuate between 30 and 60. So it's actually...
whatever can get out.
Yeah. It's kind of jarring because sometimes it'll hit 60 and then it'll, like, fluctuate down to, like, the 40s and kind of, like, Like,
Yeah, I don't like none of that.
it's weird.
It should just be locked.
Yeah,
Well, see, what I think is they put the exact same version on Xbox and PlayStation, and I think on the Xbox Series X it probably runs perfectly in ray tracing mode on the, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but also, so there's also a fucking 120 frames per second mode, which I don't have a 120 frames per second monitor, so I can't really test this. But if you turn it on, it basically, like, the game looks like it's upscaled to 4K. Like, you can tell that it's not native 4K anymore, but it still looks like it's the right resolution. I don't know how to even explain it, but other than that, you know?
It's like rendered at a lesser like half of the resolution or something.
Yeah.
Dynamic resolution.
I would really like to see how it performs on Xbox. I bet it works really, really well in every mode on Xbox Series X. Because that little bitty boost of performance you get with the Series X, I think, would push it right to the limit of where it needs to be. You know what I mean?
Is it back on Game Pass yet? Or like
I don't know.
It was at one point, I remember. But I don't know if it still is. If it is, I might try it.
I probably wouldn't have bought it if I knew it was on Game Pass.
It might not be. I know it was at one point. But anyways.
Yeah. Anyways, that's what I've been playing.
All right. If you want to let us know what you've been playing, you can drop it in the chat, or you can drop it in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak Podcast, and we will chat with you about it. But we're going to jump into today's topic of the show, which is TV, anime, and movie characters that would be great in a Smash Bros. Game. Now, this was difficult for me because there's so many characters that would just be great. Like, if you can pick from all these different things, it's like, we could list for
Oh, wait, we're supposed to do specific characters? Because I did, like, groups.
No, yeah, it can be, like, groups or whatever. It doesn't matter.
I did mine.
I always do it differently. Sorry.
No, you're good. I did mine in, like, character, like, for, like, a single character. But let's jump into it. Who wants to go first?
Can I just do one that I made up on the spot right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was inspired by our boy who earlier in the chat said something about Ron Burgundy being in this. What if you had a fighter, right? Like a Smash Bros. Like game, where every character was a different one of Will Ferrell's like characters. So you have like the elf from Elf, and you have like fucking Ron Burgundy and like the Talladega Nights, Ricky Bobby, and fucking like all
the
just
dude from Casa de Mi Padre.
Oh my god,
with the guns and everything.
Fucking that would be so good. Yeah, the Step Brothers guy.
And
one of his costumes is the Chewbacca mask.
Yes,
the
and they all
other
have
guys
special
with
moves.
a wooden pistol.
The ice skating dude from that one movie.
Blades of Glory. Yes.
Dude, yes.
Oh, I need to go back and revisit Will Ferrell movies. That was like his golden age. He couldn't miss.
There's a few actors you could do that with, like Adam Sandler. You could do that
Jim
same
Carrey?
thing. Yeah, Jim Carrey could do it.
Jim Carrey, definitely. He could be like
Jack Black.
Jack Black could, yeah.
You could have the Jumanji guy fighting fucking Nacho Libre.
The Rock.
The Rock. All of The Rock's characters are the same, though. He's kind of like Keanu Reeves. I feel like he plays the same character in the different movies. You know what I mean?
Not in the one where he's in it with Kevin Hart, and it's like, what is that fucking movie called?
Isn't he like
something Central Intelligence or something like that? The one that they did where he plays like a dumb guy, like he's like it's the
he plays a dumb guy.
Yeah, he plays like the
I gotta see this
comedic relief. Yeah, no, he plays the comedic relief, like, and Kevin Hart is
the
like
hell
the
is
serious character.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is
Dude,
going on?
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds like the perfect movie.
Oh, it's
somebody
really
probably walked into the boardroom where they like pitch movies, and they pitched him like, all right, we're gonna have Kevin Hart and The Rock. But The Rock's going to be the dumb guy.
The funny guy.
And Kevin Hart's going to be the smart guy. And they were all like,
you son of a bitch.
Yeah, no, but it's not that great of a movie, but it's the best acting.
Doubtful.
It's the best acting I've ever seen The Rock do. Like, no lie.
I'm going to watch that shit. What's this called?
It's called Central Intelligence.
Oh, we're watching this.
I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Devin?
Well, I'll start. Okay, so since I just did like general like areas, I was thinking like other games like Smash. So my lowest one on the list, Marvel. We haven't seen a Smash style Marvel game.
No, that's true. That could be tight.
You know, okay.
And there's infinite potential with that.
I put this on my list too, but I have it one step further. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do my bottom one too, since we're on this topic.
You don't get to go, Jamel.
I was thinking, what if you did like Marvel versus DC? You know what I mean? As a Smash Bros. Like game. I know you'd have to get a lot of people to sign off on this, and it's not very probable. But like, what if that were to happen? Imagine that would be like the be-all, end-all of games. You have like heroes from both sides of the fence all mashed together in one ultimate fucking fighter game.
But do you think the fans would want a Smash-style game or a more serious side-scrolling fighter?
I think a fucking Smash-style game would be well received because it would be more dynamic.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like...
You could have, like, Mewtwo-type move sets on, like, characters like fucking Gambit and stuff like that where, you know, like, they have, like, stuff you can throw.
Exactly.
And
Magneto could fly around the level.
Magneto's more
you know?
like it, yeah. And same with like Spider-Man, like, you know, maybe you can only use a certain amount, like how Kirby can like like
that's
with
what
Spider-Man
made
you can
Marvel Nemesis Rise of the Imperfects such
so
an interesting game is that it was all like from like a behind the back kind of perspective. Like it was a totally unique way to do a fighter, you know? Like I feel like you really need something like that almost, you know?
Yeah. It was Smash Bros dynamics.
Yep.
Okay. So basically, anyone from Demon Slayer would be perfect for a Smash Bros. Game. Like, they all have literally, like, it's like you could just cut out all the Fire Emblem characters and just throw Demon Slayer characters in their place, and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Like, other than, like, they have some really cool...
So are you making a whole game, or are you just adding characters into Smash Bros?
I'm just adding characters into Smash Bros.
Well, I'm making a whole game.
Yeah,
Okay.
See, I did a whole game as well, and I did, like, a specific studio, I think.
That's why...
that's
why I was like, I think I messed it up. But either way...
That's okay.
Well, then
Demon Slayer the whole game.
Yeah, which they made a Demon Slayer game, but it's not a Smash Bros. Like. But it would be perfect. Like, you could have like all the different characters. They all have their own move sets. Yeah. And they do like you know, fire breathing, water breathing, whatever the fuck, like recovery. Like how what's his name could just like recover based on a certain type of breathing he does. Like you could just literally put that into the game and then have the different swords and stuff like that.
I don't know shit about Demon Slayer, but this sounds cool.
It's tight as fuck, dude. It's tight as fuck. And then you have all the demons as well, like that could play as characters. And like, you know, they'd be a lot harder to fuck
the
up.
upper six and all that.
Yeah.
All the Hashira.
They'd be better at like taking damage, but you know what? It's kind of like Ganondorf or something, you know, or like Bowser, where they can take a shit ton of damage before they get thrown far and stuff like that. But anyways. Next.
Is it my turn now?
Sure.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Okay, so what if you did like a fucking The Matrix themed one, right? I know The Matrix is hot right now, right?
So like, hot right now.
But everybody has the ability to go slow-mo whenever they want to, you know what I mean? Like,
so is everybody else just stuck in their slow-mo?
What I was thinking is like maybe instead of you going slow-mo, everybody around you goes slow-mo and your character stays fast. So it's like the same effect as if you were to go slow.
I'm talking about if you were fighting said person that's going slow.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, so you're fighting somebody who like you know, instead of them going slow-mo, your character, like, they hit the slow-mo button, and, like, everybody else on the screen would start going slow except for them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's what I was
they
asking,
could, like, run up and just, like, beat the shit
but
out
check
of
it out. You can only do it twice per match. So you gotta, like,
unless you find, like, a pickup or something, like an item, you know?
So, yeah, if you have items on, you can pick up, like, another one.
And there's a cool roster of characters with the Matrix. Like, you could have Trinity, Neo, Axel, Agent Smith, you know, fucking...
all the ghost people.
Niobe, fucking.
Or what are what are they? Vampires? What are they?
From the sequel, from number 2, the like
the
albino dude.
The twins.
Yeah.
Those people.
Well, we could see them added to the Warner Brothers Smash game.
That's possible.
Oh yeah, that is possible.
But I doubt it.
I didn't even think about that.
I mean, not all of them, but
you could at least add like Neo or something.
For sure. Like put him in there from like Enter the Matrix, the video game where he had like the sword. Like, I think that'd be tight.
I can't wait for the Warner Brothers Smash game. That's going to be cool.
Oh, yeah.
So, my next one was an Xbox Smash game. So we've seen one from PlayStation.
We've seen,
PlayStation
and we have
All-Star.
Nintendo's, obviously.
You got a lot of things you could throw on there. You got like
Spyro.
Master Chief. Yeah, you're really good.
Crash Bandicoot.
Actually, that could be really sick, especially with all the shit they've acquired. You could add like one of the
Tony Hawk.
You could have like the dude from Guitar Hero, like the main Guitar Hero guy could be one of the characters. Like fucking, I can't think of his name, but like they had, all the iconic Guitar Hero 2 characters you could pick. Fucking.
And I wasn't even joking about Tony Hawk. He could go on with his skateboard, like fucking beat you over the head with his skateboard.
He could like roll across the level. Like his side B would just be like he jumps on his skateboard and runs you over. Like
hell yeah.
He nada spins on your fucking head. Like
there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of characters they could use. Fucking. They could finally bring Conker back for something.
Blink's the time sweeper, dude. He could do just like I was saying with the fucking Matrix thing. Like.
Oh yeah.
And I looked it up. We have not gotten an Xbox Smash game. We've gotten PlayStation.
Oh yeah, I would know about that. PlayStation All-Stars is kind of underrated in my opinion, just because the mechanics weren't the same as Smash. Everybody kind of wrote it off, but I had a lot of fun with that game.
Yeah, it's weird that they only gave it one shot and they didn't try again.
No, yeah, it had a lot of potential. There was a lot of cool characters in the PlayStation one. They had like the BioShock Big Daddies and Kratos and the Little Big Planet Sackboy guy. It was fun.
Yeah, definitely. I could see that.
Hell yeah.
Like for Xbox being cool. Okay. My next one is Harry Potter. Since we have to go for the whole world, I feel like Harry Potter would make for an easy fucking Smash Bros game, but it'd be so niche though. You'd have to like have people who just love Harry Potter that would play it. But I was specifically thinking of Dumbledore. Like originally, but since we're doing like the full game, might as well just throw the whole thing in there. You got fucking, Dumbledore, of course. You got Harry. You got
You'd have to throw some characters in that aren't wizards, so every character isn't
Hagrid.
just the same fucking like moveset. Yeah, Hagrid would have like his umbrella.
Yeah, they'd all have like little, just like casting a bunch of spells.
Yeah, you could play.
You could have the Hippogriff from fucking Prisoner of Azkaban. You could have a Death Eater in there.
That's what I was about to say. Death Eaters. You gotta have fucking Nearly Headless Nick. Could be like a fucking like an unlockable character.
What if you had like it was like a tag team like the Pokemon thing where you could switch out between the Hogwarts ghosts, so you could be like Peeves the Poltergeist, Moaning Myrtle, and Nearly Headless Nick, and they all like interchange with each other, like.
Or like one of the Pokemon would be like the fucking serpent or whatever. What's it called? The Basilisk. The Basilisk.
You could have some really cool stage breaks too. Like if you had like Hogwarts as one of the levels, you could like punch somebody through the painting and like end up in the Gryffindor common room or something. You know what I mean?
Damn. Like knocking all the fucking food over in the fucking like in the area where they like eat all the fucking time.
Or like sometimes you're in the level and like the room of requirements there and you can like break into it, and sometimes it's just not there like in the book. You know what I mean? Like you could fight in the dining hall and like have the candles floating everywhere. Like there's so many cool like set pieces.
A creature element, kind of like you're saying with the Pokemon, could be Fantastic Beasts.
Oh yeah. Or like depending on where you fight, like you could have stage like hazards you could avoid too, like the Whomping Willow. Like you're fighting out in front of the Whomping Willow and you gotta like dodge fucking Whomping Willow roots and shit the whole time.
It's like the Kirby level.
Or you're fighting on top of the Hogwarts Express. Like there's so many different like levels you could do. That would be cool.
Yeah, or like you're like fucking Ron's flying the car, and like you're just like fighting on top of the cars as they like,
Warner Brothers, take note. Okay, we're giving you lots of good ideas here. So
indeed, you guys have a Smash Bros game.
Yeah, they did. Game of Thrones is being put in this one. Put Harry Potter too. Come on.
Yeah, we need Harry Potter in the Smash Bros.
All right, who's next?
What is it called again? What is Warner Brothers one called?
It's called like fuck, I forgot.
Yeah, I completely blanked on it too. I'll look it up. Go ahead, Brent.
Yeah.
All right. Oh man, what is Warner Brothers called? Anyways. So I was thinking this is a lot like my idea for the last topic we did, but I can't help myself. What if you had like a horror movie monster
multiverses
thing? Multiverses. That's it.
I never would have thought.
What if you had like a fucking horror movie thing where you had like Freddy Krueger and Jason and all the fucking horror movie characters like fighting in a Smash Bros type thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah. That would be tight.
And you also have like items you can pick up like Smash Bros style that are like horror
Freddy's
themed.
Claw.
Yeah, so you get like Freddy's Claw on Jason or something, or like a spell book, or like like the fucking throwing stars from, what's
Pandora's
that?
Box.
Yeah, dude. You could do all kinds of shit. You could have like Hellraiser, and all these people are down to sell their IPs, their
We saw it in Mortal
Kombat.
Kombat.
They're down to
everything.
license because you got Mortal Kombat, you got Dead by Daylight, you got all these different games that
Friday
are already
the
doing
13th.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, like there's okay. Yeah, that one's probably the best one. That would be tight as fuck.
And there's tons of levels. You could do a level set piece from every game. So like, you could have like a Freddy Nightmare World, and you could have like a Camp Crystal Lake, and you could have a
like literal set pieces from like the movies, like
have
like,
Poltergeist in there.
Yes.
Not Poltergeist.
You could have a setting from Poltergeist.
What
if you had like the living room with
that's
the
what
TV?
I was thinking with the TV
Exorcist.
in the background.
Yeah.
And like how in fucking Smash Bros, like you start going like the background start changing into all this crazy trippy shit. Like the TV, you kind of get sucked into the TV and like shit just starts happening, even though that doesn't happen in the movie. But like it's just like.
Or what if there's a level with the TV and sometimes it's the poltergeist and sometimes the TV turns on and it's the girl from The Ring and she crawls out and like different TV related shit happens in the level, Sometimes the TV turns in and it's like Jigsaw and it's like, I want to play a game. And like some shit happens. Like
you could play as Jigsaw's little puppet.
And then there's
dude, for
mini
sure.
Just like
or no, you
around.
play as the pig mask guy, but you have the puppet like on your back. That's like a two character kind of thing, like Rosalina Luma kind of thing, dude.
Yeah, I like it.
Hell yeah.
Anyways, is it Devin?
Yeah, it is. So Disney and all their IPs.
Oh my god!
So Disney
taking the Marvel thing to the next level. You have Mickey Mouse and fucking Superman, or not Superman, Mickey Mouse and fucking Wolverine beating the shit out of each other. Like,
well, yeah, and
just like stabbing. It's like the most brutal.
Dude, Disney owns enough shit that they could just like Warner Brothers is doing. They could do that, and they'd have even more to work.
Even
with.
if you did all their cute IPs, like if you did like whatever. Like Mickey Mouse versus like Snow White versus like Bambi, all that shit, like
Goofy doing the perfect cast.
Oh my god!
Like every time he's like about to fall off the perfect cast, and then
Max,
just like
Max could be the Tony Hawk in this one. He could do the sideward skateboarding. You know what I mean?
I like it. All right, so kind of running out of ideas here because I fucked mine up, but most of mine are just anime.
That's okay.
I was gonna say like you could do fucking Attack on Titan would be a really easy one to do just because they all have the omnidirectional stuff. And then you could have people that transform into Titans. That could be like the mechanic is like each character has their own type of Titan and like powers, kind of like obviously Eren Yeager would be a little bit over the fucking top, so maybe just balance it out, but like each character that you choose from would have their own shit going on, and I can't really spoil anything for the show, unfortunately, but there's more Titans than you would think, or like more characters that can Titan.
And I'm just gonna go ahead on to mine real quick because my next one is an anime Smash game, and
just overall
just overall, and incorporate different studios and have like teams with their own respective
Jump
IPs.
Force, but like not just Shonen Jump and like
not just
Madhouse
that
anime style, like fucking Smash Bros style.
Yeah, Smash Bros style, and then involve multiple studios and not just like Shonen Jump. Because like Madhouse, for example, has like One Punch, Death Note, Hunter x Hunter, Parasite, Maxim, Overlord.
Yeah, man.
If you were to pull one character from all of those and some,
you'd be
have
good.
A badass game on your hands.
Parasite the Maxim would be fucking a crazy ass character.
It'd be cool to have Shinichi specifically,
Yeah,
like as a
I would
character.
want yeah.
That would be dope.
Shinichi. Okay, what if you did like a Star Wars game, right? I know that kind of falls under the Disney umbrella that we were talking about earlier, but like Star Wars, I feel like you could have the characters be different enough to like feel significant. You know what I mean? Like you could have a General
Jedi.
Grievous that plays totally different from like a
Yeah, Jedi, fucking Mandalorian,
Han Solo.
You could, just a dude.
Basically,
Chewbacca. You know what I mean?
Basically, all the heroes in Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
In a
You could
Smash
have
game.
several with lightsabers, but they could all play different and have like different powers.
Force powers versus like grenades or something from Han Solo. Not grenades, but the fucking
maybe it's grenades. Maybe
no,
it's
what are
just
they called? The grenades and thermal detonators.
Yeah, thermal detonators.
Yeah, you got thermal detonators and stuff like that.
I feel like Han Solo would play like a Falco type character. You know what I mean?
Dude, the like going up against sabers and stuff in the hero battles, like like Han Solo and Leia and all them, they do just fine.
Yeah, his final smash would be fucking the Millennium Falcon coming through and just fucking destroying everybody.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Could work.
All right, so my last one is a sitcom Smash Brothers game.
Yes, dude, that's what I was. I literally have that exact same thing written, dude.
Yes, sitcom Smash.
That would be sick. You could do all the sitcoms, bro.
Take them all.
Everybody loves Raymond's just beating the shit out of the fucking
Bazinga, motherfucker.
Guy. Yeah, dude.
You got the Seinfeld music, the bass just slapping in the background as you're fucking fighting.
And you have so many cool levels.
I was about to say, all the levels could be just the iconic set pieces from each of these shows.
Yes, dude. Like the How I Met Your Mother house, just everybody's fucking Cheers bar. Yes, dude. Oh my god.
And like if they did like a fucking like story in it, then like Friends would be like the villains. Like
you could make such a weird story if you like tied all these sitcoms together into like a overarching universe. Like you know what I mean? Like you just.
Oh yeah, dude. That one's
There's
actually
so much.
The kid from Wonder Years just like gets the shit beat out of him. Like.
Yeah, and you can incorporate like old sitcoms with the brand new ones and all.
Like Three's Company and shit, like as like secret characters and
fighting,
stuff.
That would be so great.
Yeah.
Fucking Golden Girls.
Oh jeez.
There's so many different shows you could pull from.
A lot.
Who would be out of who would be the most OP character from a sitcom?
I feel like
is The Rock in a sitcom?
Probably Seinfeld, dude. You know what I mean?
Would be the most.
Or like one of the guys from Friends. You know what I mean?
Ross
would definitely be like the Ross the boss.
Yeah, remember, does Fresh Prince count as a?
Oh, dude, yeah. Will Smith would be the final boss.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He'd probably be the most OP because he had the most energy and was just like fucking everywhere.
You go into the boss room and like a fucking chair spins upside down and it's fucking like Will Smith sitting on it.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it. That's unless Brent had another one.
No, that's it.
Okay. All right.
Hell yeah, great minds thinking.
There we go, boys. That is it for the topic of the show. If you guys think that we missed a movie, TV, or anime
you're wrong.
thing, you're wrong, and don't say anything to it. No, I'm just let us know what we missed, and we'll talk about it with you. Now we're gonna wrap up this, or not wrap up the show, but we're going to the People's Champ, where Brent's going to pick out the best question.
Do it.
Man, we got some really good questions here. Let's see.
Who brought the heat?
Thank you for all the questions, by the way.
Indeed.
It's very much appreciated, and we're glad we could bring you a show tonight to watch. So,
man, we got some really great questions. Let's see. Okay, all right. I'm going to give it to Aaron Jones, Alonesy Jonesy this week. He says, since all the gang is back, I'll ask this. What is a game that always makes you think of your best friend? Well, I can answer this one. To me, I think of Jamel specifically when I play Borderlands for some reason. Because me and Jamel played all through Borderlands 2, like, fucking together. So, like, that always specifically, I was like, I always think about that time we played Borderlands all the way through.
Same. I think of that one. I think of Minecraft. Like, dude, we built, like...
We built so much shit in Minecraft.
It was the ugliest shit, too. Like, we built this castle, like, and then, like, I went online and, like, looked at other people's shit, and I was like, damn, we suck.
Hey,
but, like,
we were proud of that
We
shit.
were so fucking proud of it, too. We spent, I'm talking, it must have been weeks, like, just in Minecraft.
We'd
like,
fall asleep and just wake up and keep building.
He would, like, I would, like, go to work and then come back. Brent was just chilling at my apartment for, like, 2 or 3 weeks, and, like, I didn't have a couch. I didn't have like fucking shit. So we just slept on the floor and like I like had my TV and my Xbox. That's like all I had. And then we just fucking Minecraft like
Dude,
constantly.
we also played Resident Evil 5 like all
Holy
the way
shit,
through.
we did do
yeah.
that. Resident Evil 5, dude. That's a game that like by yourself, that game sucks ass.
It's
but
a lot
like,
more fun with other
with
people.
co-op.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, those definitely. And then like if it goes back further in time, I think of X-Men Mutant Academy.
Oh man, or Smash Bros. Melee. We played so much Smash Bros. Melee when you first got that shit.
Yep, and what the fuck was it that we used to play? The original Halo,
Gauntlet.
obviously.
I played a lot of Gauntlet with fucking everybody back in the day.
Yep. Yeah, that's probably the most.
So I don't have any like childhood BFFs because I moved around so fucking much. But whenever I think back at like gaming moments like this, I think back with my brothers and Smash and 64.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That was, we played, fucking scores were settled on Smash, like any disputes, anything like that. And it was just one of those games that we played so fucking much. All four of us, like back when we were younger. So
yeah, and it's like that game had so much potential, but we didn't understand what potential was back then. We were just like, this game like has so many secrets that we probably don't know about. But whenever in reality, like obviously there's like 6 characters.
There were a
like
lot
7.
of like secret shit that I found out like there was one level I didn't find out about until like years after the game came out. It was the one with like the POW blocks on it and the old school Mario.
The
and shit.
Luigi Yoshi.
That level was kind of hard to unlock for some reason on the original game. And like I remember when I found out about that like years after the game came out, I was like, holy shit, there really is like stuff in this game that I didn't know about. You know what I mean? Like
I just remember people being like, you can unlock Metal Mario
or
and
Mega
like,
Man.
Yes, dude, I heard the Metal Mario fucking rumor too.
Yeah, and I believed it. Like even though
because Metal Mario is like in the end of the game, there's like a Metal Mario fight you can do, and so it's like it's believable, you know.
Dude, and I think man, I miss old game rumors like that because that was the time before you could just go to fucking Google real quick and look it up.
Check it, yeah.
Yeah,
we had Google, but like not everything was updated yet.
And like niche gaming stuff like that, like a lot of, there wasn't articles or like proof and this and that, so we were just left to speculate as kids. And I love that I heard these same rumors way up in fucking Ohio that y'all heard down here in Texas.
It was just like one of those things, man. It was across the world. Like I was,
and a lot of times it'd be posted on the cheat sites, like it was real. You know?
How did they get? Yeah,
because I think it was like open source, like Wikipedia or something. Like people could just kind of
these rumors that spread. Because this was also before social media.
Because of websites, like I would always go to Cheat CC or Cheat Planet.
It would take you like 45 minutes to load up this fucking page of only text, and like you'd print it out, which would also take another 45 minutes.
I can hear the dial-up sounds right now.
Oh my god! Dude, kids these days don't even know, dude.
No,
like,
they don't. That was a glorious time of video games and internet. But yeah, great times.
Good.
But yeah, thanks for the question, man. That was a great question, Mr. Alonzi Jonesy. Let's move on to the listener questions.
All right, we've got Brian Moctezuma here. He says, why do we as gamers think upgrading consoles/PC is a step we must make? Because shit sucks. Personal
because
opinion.
we want more frames. Because games are getting better by the day, and my little 2060 can't hold up anymore.
I know, I'm kind of sad, bro. He's struggling hard, dude, especially with VR. Like, I think it's fine with flat games for a while.
Yeah, I was about to say, I got a 980 Ti, and I'm doing perfectly fine with fucking flat. Like, I'm getting my 60 frames. And I'm running 1080.
No,
That's all I need for like my game.
Dude, my 2060 is a trooper on like normal games. But like after not being able to play Hitman VR, I must upgrade. Actually, no, I just need to get my fucking VR headset back because I actually got my adapter for my PlayStation VR in the mail. So I can now play Hitman VR on my PS5, which should be a substantial step up from the PS4 version I was playing, which I already was enjoying. So I'll probably just do that instead.
Yeah.
Good call. Yeah, and Brian, I think you just had some bad luck, man.
Yeah. Sorry, Brian.
He went and got like
this is stemming from all his
$1,500 graphics card, and it's like not function. Like his computer just keeps shutting
no.
down. Sounds like it's a power supply thing.
Return that. Yeah, it might be a power. I've got a power supply unit you can try actually if you want.
Yeah, hit up
Brent. Holla at me.
Yeah,
I got that.
Yeah, I think he got the AMD graphics card though. What was it? The 6900?
I think so.
Dude, I got a good ass fucking power supply unit that should be able to power anything you throw at it. Like it's like a 850 watt or something. Like 100 gold standard.
I think he figured out that wasn't the issue. It's something else because he can play most. Now he's gotten to the point that he can play most titles. But one specifically.
Should have got NVIDIA.
Warzone. Yeah.
Yep.
Which I mean, there is. I mean, we in the past like Cyberpunk. You know, AMD could not run Cyberpunk. NVIDIA could. So I mean,
Anthony
seen
said he got the AMD 6900 XT. So he's got like top of the line
card.
fucking card. But for a shit ton of money. It must. Yeah, I'm sure it does suck to spend that much money and then like you get home and you put it in and it's like no.
My problem with AMD is just the drivers are whack, you know? And that's the beautiful thing about, like, AMD stuff being used in the modern consoles is that, like, everything is optimized for the console, you know? You don't have to worry about going into your settings and fixing all of AMD's bullshit because it's, like, the manufacturer of the game has already done that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he did say, Anthony said, issue is drivers with Warzone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Their drivers are trash, bro.
Yeah, so... Warzone apparently like whenever he tries to play it, it just like completely shuts his fucking his computer off. Like it just like shuts down.
Yeah.
Like yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, pretty wild stuff, man. You know.
Weird and wild stuff. Yeah. Anyways.
All right. Moving on, we got DL here.
What's up, DL?
DL Shiver. He says.
Happy birthday.
Yeah,
right?
happy B-Day, bro. Getting old over here with me. We're old folk, Aquarius style in the bitch. DL Shiver says, anyone played the new Pokemon? I like it. Or no, he said, I'm like 16 hours in, and so far I'm really digging it. It's not going to win any awards, but it's a solid Pokemon game that mixes up the formula, in my opinion. Cool. Yeah, no, I haven't gotten a chance to try it yet, and with all these dang games coming out this next month, I don't see a future where I'm going to be able to buy it anytime soon. I think that's probably going to be something for my next road trip I go on. Like, if I go on another road trip anytime soon, I'll probably buy it, like, the day before I leave, you know, so I have something to do.
Apparently, the game is, like, 60 hours long. Like, apparently, you play for 30 hours, and it completes the game, and then
there's, like...
30 hours of extra content.
Which I love. You know, honestly, there's been Pokemon games that have done similar things in the past. You know what I mean? Which is cool with me. I like that whole in-game, find the legendaries, do all the extra shit that Pokemon does.
Well,
you know?
Which one was it? Was it I can't remember which generation, because I've been out of Pokemon for a while, but was this common to where they would go to older regions?
There was one where you went to an old region afterwards.
There was only
I can't
one?
remember what it was called, but like it was
an
like
older.
That was gold, I thought.
Nah, it was the one. It was like it was.
Well, no, in gold and silver,
was it
you
gold?
could go to you could go back to Kanto.
It was gold and silver. Yeah, so you do the full region, and then you battle the Elite Four, and then you go to the whole other region and battle the Elite Four there.
Yeah, you go back to Kanto.
Well,
that shit was
lit. I thought you could run the whole like course of gym leaders though.
I don't really know. I think so. You do all the gym leaders. Yeah, it's not just. I mean, like you battle all the gym leaders in the region up to the Elite Four, and then you battle the Elite Four in that region. You know, which I think is dope. I thought that was a really cool surprise.
So that wasn't carried on in other versions.
I don't think so. No.
See,
they just need to do
that shit.
The open world with all the regions,
dude.
Like or like DLC region. Like how
let's get one region down first.
So I was talking about this with a friend of mine at work the other day, and I was like, I wouldn't mind if the Legends thing became like a normal like spin-off thing they do where they just go to the past version of each region, because this is the past version of the Sinnoh region, right? So why not do like a Pokemon Legends, you know, Johto version or something? Sinnoh was the most recent. You know how they just redid Pearl and Diamond or whatever? I think that was the same
region. It's about Arceus, which is like the god Pokemon that supposedly created the whole universe.
Damn.
Or whatever.
And you
deep.
Have him in a Pokeball.
Yeah, you go catch him. No, which they are retconning some shit with this game. Like I posted it in the Discord, but apparently there's like a character that's like They say it like it's just supposed to be common knowledge. They're like, all Pokemon can minimize themselves. That's how they fit into the Pokeballs. It's not actually the technology that Pokemon just do it themselves.
Bullshit.
I'm like, that is not the case.
No.
Like, you can't just say that shit
They
because
explain that in the anime.
yeah, like you throw it and then like it goes like that shit comes out.
Why would they just choose to shrink themselves down only to like choose to break out of the Pokeball?
I think they had to figure out some way to make Pokeballs work in Are there Pokeballs in Arceus?
It just seems like there's other ways they could make it make sense, you know?
Yeah. It's like, let's just retcon the entire thing. Let's just fucking fuck up the whole story.
It would make more sense if you told me every Pokeball was a Rotom and like they were fucking, you know, like I don't know, man. None of that makes any fucking sense.
And people were like, well, what's the point of the attack minimize? If like you can, if every Pokemon can minimize, then what's the point? Rated you with the party too. What's up? Bobby's and Company. Thanks for the raid, man.
Yo.
Appreciate it. And yo to Labsy Boy. And let's see, Glacial Musher 09. Quick question, guys. How do you feel about this new Legends Arceus game? Are any of y'all playing it?
Yeah, we need your thoughts.
I think it's Arceus. I'm pretty sure it's
so many different pronunciations.
I've been saying Arceus, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, from the get-go.
Now that I think about it, it sounds like Arse, you know, so it's like Arceus. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe the British people wouldn't.
It does. It really does look fun. I appreciate that.
I appreciate it, Glacial.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we were just getting through the listener questions. What do we got? Some other ones?
Yeah. So moving on, let's see what we got here. DL again. He says thoughts on Sony buying Bungie. I'm sure y'all have already covered it at this point, but just in case.
Hey, appreciate the follow, Labsy.
Yeah, and Stress Coffee. Yeah, I want to play it so bad, but like I don't want to spend $60. I'm so torn on actually getting the game just because of like what I'm hearing from it, where people are like, it's basically a beta for like a good Pokemon game. I'm like, that really turns me away from spending $60. But I know it's never going to go on sale.
I was going to say, you know it's never going to go on sale, yeah.
Yeah, it definitely seems like a stepping stone. Yeah, for sure. And I'm probably going to waste it because I'm bad with money. And
me too.
And I've been staring at I keep looking at my bank account and then like looking at the game on my Switch, and I'm like, it's coming. I'll probably end up having it before next week, and I'll talk about it on the show. But
if Dying Light 2 wasn't literally on the list of this week's releases, like,
oh yeah,
I would already fucking have it. You know what I mean?
Dying Light 2, I gotta get that as well. Actually, my brother.
And then Horizon, fucking A.
Dude, my brother, he's hanging out with this dude. My brother's like a parkour athlete and stuff. He has like his own parkour gym, and one of the guys that does parkour with him, like he does it for a living or whatever, he is doing an advertisement for Dying Light 2 and posting it on his Instagram. The dude's like at my brother's gym. Yeah, I thought that was so cool. He just like called me. He's like, yo, he's like, you gonna play Dying Light 2? He's like, my buddy is doing like an ad for it. I was like, that's fucking cool.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I've always liked live action ads.
Oh, me too, man. But anyways, what was the question, Brent?
Oh, yeah, so DL said thoughts on Sony buying Bungie. I mean, we've kind of covered it already,
for sure.
but, you know, I think it's probably, you know...
They're trying.
It's an interesting move. I want to say it's a good move, but I really don't think it is.
Yeah.
You know, like, I think this is just their way of keeping Microsoft from getting their hands on it. I don't know, man. Honestly, I think Sony should be buying different studios with more, like, IPs under their belt, you know what I mean? But that's not really what Sony's focused on. Like, I think Microsoft, okay, so like you look at the studios Microsoft bought. They bought studios with tons of recognizable brand names and IPs and franchises that we all know and love.
Correct.
I think Sony isn't looking at, I mean, obviously Sony isn't looking at Bungie for their roster of amazing games. They're looking at Bungie for the potential of just Bungie being a great developer. You know what I mean? So hopefully this is like...
They utilize said developer.
Yeah, I think that they're counting on Bungie being able to create something new and exciting as opposed to like relying on Bungie's roster of old shit, you know, which is interesting because it's like, you know... I don't know. It's an interesting move on Sony's part, in my opinion. They must have a lot of faith in Bungie. That's all I have to say. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And then the next question is, well, Bungie.
Yeah, we got another Bungie question.
I said, no, well, the answer is Bungie said, what do you think Sony will do in response to, Jonathan Oman, what do you think Sony will do in response to Microsoft's recent acquisitions?
Yes, I think Jonathan must have not seen the news yet when he posted this, but they're going to buy shit.
I have a feeling,
Well, I don't think this is necessarily in response directly to Microsoft's recent acquisitions. I don't know. I mean, definitely has something to do with it, but like...
I definitely feel like there's some competitive urgency behind it.
Definitely, especially the fact that they're saying that there's more in the pipeline, like more acquisitions. Definitely, I think it's to keep people talking about Sony doing similar things. And then also, if they don't buy it, think about it this way. If Microsoft and Sony don't buy out these studios, people like Disney and these other terrible... like companies are going to end up buying these things. I feel like that's the future that we're going towards. And do you want Disney to own fucking, Bungie or like things like that? It could be bad.
That's a really good point, man, because if somebody like Disney starts buying game studios, they could dish out a lot more than $70 billion. You know what I'm saying? And if they start getting their hands on studios, so I think at this point we're pretty much safe from like a complete,
takeover.
Disney buying everything or Tencent buying everything or God forbid Disney and Tencent teaming up and buying everything. But like I think Microsoft has basically saved us from that future. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like Disney could still start buying up studios and make if they owned enough studios, they could make their own console successfully. You know what I mean? I'm not saying they.
Oh, they could.
What
you know what I mean?
To studios
Anthony
not
said
selling out?
they grabbing that old team that made the OG Halo, which I could see that being a thing because.
No, yeah, I think that's exactly
Xbox,
what they want. I think
no. I think he's saying as like an insult, like I mean, Sony or Xbox did just buy like 2 of their mascots.
Well, see, not even as like an insult standpoint. I really think that's like a smart idea to have like an experienced first-person shooter developer team on your your payroll because from Sony's standpoint, that's the one thing they're really lacking is like a recognizable modern first-person shooter that's like their thing. You know what I mean?
Like, like we talked about before, the last one they had was
Killzone or something.
No, before that, or not before that. After that, it was what's the game with the aliens?
Resistance.
Resistance.
Yeah,
that was like their last shooter, and that was
what
on
if they brought Resistance
PS3.
back? Bungie could make a Resistance game.
An amazing
Resistance game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Not an insult. They get in the old code. They just they don't own the old code, unfortunately.
Yeah,
that belongs to Microsoft.
Yeah, 343. Yeah.
But they do have the team with I know it's not the same people anymore, but they do have the same genetic makeup, whatever, like the team itself. So because look at Bungie's, the Bungie is basically Halo, like the way that it moves.
I mean,
and
you
plays.
Look at Destiny, like it feels like the old Halo
Yep.
games. When you're killing aliens and shit, it's got that vibe, you know what I mean? Like
Halo vibe. But yeah, is that it for the questions?
Yeah, that's all we got for the questions.
Okay. Well, we have been on here for a long time, so we're gonna round out the show with Brent.
Name that game. Okay, so basically,
What?
name that Pokemon, but it's a game. You weren't here
He said
last
name
week.
that game.
name
I didn't understand him
oh,
either. I did think back to last week.
You just have to believe, dude.
Yeah, just believe it, dude.
Just believe. I'm going to vaguely describe a game for you, and you're going to tell me what game it is.
Oh, boy.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. You guys at home, play along, if you're into that kind of thing. Okay? All
You're
right.
into that kind of thing.
So last week it was too hard. I made him, or not too hard. It was too easy. I made him way too easy.
I think I was just too smart.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
Jamel's
saying?
just too good at this. So
Just
I had
too
to
smart.
add up the difficulty a
Well,
little
I'm here
bit this
now, and
time.
I'm dumb as shit. So
Well, don't worry, Jamel's good at this. So, all right. This is a game about a teenager who got in one little fight and his mom got scared. So she sent him off to live in Japan where he makes lots of friends and gets his phone hacked by God.
fucking.
It's got to be a Persona game. just because he said Japan. I don't really know what other games Brent would play with a person in Japan.
But which Persona game?
Sounds like Karate Kid with a twist.
I'm gonna say Persona. Well,
I'm gonna give you one guess because you're too hot on the trail right now.
Okay. Well, the problem is I don't know any of the stories, so
it doesn't matter. You got like a 1 in 5 chance of getting it right.
Exactly. So Persona 5.
Hey, you guys got it! Hey! All right. Good job. Good job, everybody.
Anthony's question: why does Hillary Clinton know 52 people that committed death? You mean suicide? The answer is in the cards.
Okay.
No.
So next game is a game about running through a big desert with friends.
Journey?
Jesus Christ, he's good at this, dude.
Yeah.
He's good at this. He is good at this, dude.
Yep.
I've never even played Journey, but I know what it is.
Information. You knew Persona and Journey, dude. Like, that's, like, incredible. You're really good at this.
It's the context clues. You know, but I think you're really good at giving the context.
Well, yeah, I want it to be, like, solvable, but damn, like, that's impressive.
Appreciate it. What I want you to do next time is I want you to come back with some, like,
it's going to be cryptic as fuck next time, dude. Like,
I want you to come back with some Myst level, like, puzzle, like...
like we're gonna have to do our research.
It's just gonna be like hieroglyphs, like fucking.
I gotta twist some shit. Like, takes 4 hours, and then I still don't get it.
You have like a notepad, and you're just writing it all fucking down. Like.
Anyways, remember, guys. Well, shout out to everybody who stuck around and everybody who for the raid as well, and thanks for chilling with us. It's been great, guys. Remember, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms in the audio format, but you can watch it live before anyone else on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast, youtube.com/CreateForSanity, and facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast every Monday evening at 7:50 p.m. CST. Be sure to submit any questions you want us to read on the show, like everyone that did today did on the Facebook group. And then check out our video content on YouTube. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle @JafferJamel, and Brent at BrentHas1. That's the number 1. And Devin at Devondrius. And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. Until next time, listeners.